Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Tuesday evening, we've got some talking to do. Jay-Z breaks his silence in a exclusive new interview by way of GQ platform, magazine, whatever you call it now, all right? He's talking. Why now? Right? Why now? Did he get past certain hurdles? Is he now trying to roll out something with regards to new music, his upcoming concerts in Yankee Stadium? I don't know. I have not watched it yet. I'm going to watch it with you. I'm going to try and play most of it. 35 minutes and 46 seconds. Okay. Also, guys, before we get started here, let me just say in the live chat, put a 1 in the live chat for Jesus. Come on now. Put a 1 in the live chat for Jesus. Never mind me being an atheist. I want to ask you guys tonight, is Jesus returning? What's with all the meteors crashing into the earth? Bang, bang, bang. Or do you think that Jesus is going to pop up on your iPhone or your Droid and let you know that he has returned? You know, for those who subscribe to that, you know, whether you think that he walked the earth or not, what's with all the meteors? So put a 1 in the live chat for Jesus. Lift thy voice like a trumpet if you love Jesus. I'm as serious as colon cancer, okay? Also tonight, I want to talk about showrunner. Should women register for selective service? I have a theory. Now, this has been a long time discussion here in America, especially by way of Congress, you know. I have a theory that today's woman, in large numbers, would sign up for selective service, for a draft. I think we've got a lot of simps now, and we've got a lot of quasi males who you think that no, they should be home. Nah, tradition. Well, I don't think they want to be home. I think they're out there getting the bag, doing the damn thing. And what the military now offers by way of health care, dental, and all sorts of benefits, I think that they're willing, unless you say different. Should women register for selective service? Because, boots on the ground even looks different today. Boots on the ground, So we've got people controlling drones. We've got people going into different territories. And even the type of machinery is different. So I don't think women are necessarily resistant to, signing up for selective service. And if you know your history in America here, they have always been a part of the process of war. Yes, no? Women have always been a part of the process of war, building things and being involved. Okay, I'm going to get to the Jay-Z interview shortly. And coming up a little bit later, I do want to talk with regards to something that is very, very disturbing and troubling. In Miami, minors have been accused of RAPE, 12 years old, 13 and 15-year-olds. Why are they showing their faces all over the media? Isn't that something that's not supposed to be done until they're convicted? I'm a little concerned, and the story is a couple of weeks old now, but I do want to play it and have the conversation if you're up to speed, okay? All right, let's get down to business here. This is the new interview with Jay-Z. Just came out 13 hours ago. Why now?
It's been a long time since you sat down for one of these.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What have you been up to?
Wow, everything, a lot. Most people go through their things, very privately.
You took it on tour.
Live every night. It was so healing. I'm fucking Jay-Z. Respectfully.
Or
like, for what? To what end?
how would you rate your 2025? Like looking back on the last year?
It was hard, really hard. I was like heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah. I'm glad we got right to that, so we could just get that out the way.
Okay.
Like I was really heartbroken by like everything that occurred, with all like, we in a space now where it's just like, almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that whole Busby,
This civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
that shit took a lot out of me. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Like you don't put that on someone. Like that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person, especially a person like me. Like even when we were doing the worst things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line, no women, no kids. You know, you hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. You know, morals, integrity, code. Those things I took because we lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like it meant a lot to me. I took that really hard. And I knew that we was gonna walk through that. We was gonna walk through that. Because, you know, first of all, it's not true. And the truth is, you know, at the end of the day, it still reigns supreme.
When you're feeling these feelings, how do you then bounce back and get back to being Jay-Z?
I don't know. I'm
not going to interrupt too much, but who is the guy that's interviewing him? I don't know who he is. I say that respectfully. I want to acknowledge him. Anybody know who this guy is? Is he just someone at GQ magazine? Is he signed to Rock Nation? Who is he?
This is the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Actually, it was just like, all right, man, we played enough defense. 2026 is all offense. When we first dropped Reasonable Doubt, we sold 34,000 records. We were in like at MTV, like, give us a performance in the last slot.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? You don't even have a video that we play. They ain't say these words, but you know what I'm saying. The energy was like, you're new.
Yeah.
Like you haven't proven yourself. But in our mind, the fact that we released an album was proof enough of concept. We did it. That was hard then. We remember, we're not in control of distribution, marketing, anything. We're going like a street level, street team approach to this. And so when we put the album out, that was the win.
Yeah.
And we had some success. And remember, on the streets, we were platinum. Anywhere you was going to go, you was going to hear Reasonable Doubt.
Did you feel that way at the time, though?
No, at the time, I wanted a deal.
Were you
I went to
dejected
every single
almost?
label. Huh?
Did you feel like dejected or?
I wasn't. Yes, I was rejected, not dejected.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? Like every door was, but I always believed in myself.
Yeah.
It wasn't a moment that I thought I'm not good enough for this industry. At every rejection, I thought, why do they have this guy in place? He doesn't know what's going on.
Like they're slacking.
They're
not seeing the vision. When you look back at that time, are there things that you're glad that you didn't know?
Yeah, of course. It's almost like if you're in the room and you go through this room and you get to the end and you open the door and you're like, wow. And then you turn back and you turn the lights off and it was like pits and snakes. You know, your naive nature just naturally navigated you through the dark. And that's made up for the things that we didn't know. And it helps because you can learn something so much that you just tap out. I think that happens a lot in the music business. Like people get in the music business for the right reasons and they're very passionate about it, but then it becomes Monday.
It reminds me of an old Kanye quote of something he said about you when he said, with Jay, you always see the win. What do you think he meant by that?
I think that showed the entire picture. From You Must Love Me to Regrets to, you know, Soon You Understand. But the wins are so big that I can see where that can dominate a person's memory. You forget the losses.
Yeah. Or the perception.
Yeah. Or that becomes the perception that it's only wins. And then I do say, I will not lose. So well, I could add to the perception as well.
I was going to say, you also are really good at kind of like, you have a discipline of almost like shrugging off any kind of perception of a loss. Like,
yeah,
what's the next go 0 for 82? I'll look at you like it's gravy, like, you know?
Yeah, because it's all wins. If I had 0.1 of the nets, I won.
Or
it's like
I'm going to interject when they start giggling. So the young man's name is Frazier Tharpe, Tharpe. Anybody know how old he is? He seems very compliant. and agreeable.
I had ownership in a basketball team in Brooklyn.
Is that something you continue to apply? Like,
Yeah.
when, God forbid, something goes wrong,
Yeah.
don't freak out. We can.
It's not even God forbid when something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. Everything in life happens for your greatest good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I had to not get a deal in order to become who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel like the greatest blessing of all. It was the greatest blessing that I didn't get a deal. Right? So again, everything in your life, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
When you
don't skip over that.
Yeah.
It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. So you just got to know the distinction.
Dropping knowledge.
Everything is just how you relate to it. There's no good or bad. Shit happens. It's life.
When did you reach that acceptance of that concept, though?
I read a lot of books earlier, Seed of the Soul, Celestine Prophecies, and, all these different books. And I was picking up all these gems and jewels on the way. But I was also 26 when I came in, and I lived a lot of life in those 26 years. Marcy to Trenton, New Jersey, to Cambridge, Maryland, to Newport News, Virginia. I met all sorts of people, been in all sorts of situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out without a scratch. Never been to jail.
3 shots never touched me.
3 shots never touched me. I came out unscathed. It was very rare. And I was always curious after that. Once you reach that part, like I've had the living, and now I'm like, man, why did that happen? I'm always questioning, like, why did that happen? Why did it happen that way?
He just put some respect on Trenton, New Jersey's name, which is where he spent some time as well, for those who don't know. Trenton, New Jersey.
I want to ask you just a little bit about a written testimony specifically, just because that was the most recent release. I think it came out like right before the pandemic started. So
yeah,
you guys
like the day.
The day.
Yeah, my favorite verse is off that just jumbled track. I love that track. It's so noisy and just so unorthodox. Flux capacitor.
You know what's funny about that? So I don't know if you remember this. You and I were emailing about that because I wrote about that album. And I said, this verse is crazy, even if it's offbeat.
Yeah.
And you said that being offbeat was the point, champ. And I was like, well, what can I say to that?
Stop right there. Are you catching Jay-Z's hand signals? Can you see the hand signals? Pay attention.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to sit in the pocket. 'Cause my pocket is always, it's like with a foot over the thing anyway. It's always hanging to the last moment. And it's like, because sometimes I try to fit a lot of words into like a small space. Then that last word just like get in the door.
Sticking with a written testimony, you have a couple of verses on there that I really like because they kind of speak to what's going on with you in a broader sense in the culture, like on Universal Soldier. I think it is when you said that you don't keep the same energy for the DuPonts and the Carnegies.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this law for the struggling artists. That's a mind game. What we would call back in the day for technology. It was like, no, I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take it, no one.
Do you feel like you are kind of setting a mold or leading a charge for like what the successful Black man is allowed to do and like breaking these spaces, breaking these confines?
Yeah. I even want you to take that out of your vocabulary.
Take what?
Allowed. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to do anything. You know, in order for someone to allow you, they have to have authority over you.
Mm-hmm.
No one has authority over us. We exist like everyone else here. No one can allow us to do anything. But that word comes from a real space. And I want to eliminate all those type of words for us.
Yeah.
Yes. So the answer to that is yes.
when you're on a mission to eliminate words like allow, like you said, do you feel like that makes you a target sometimes from?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. What's the Nipsey thing? Pray for me, y'all. One day I'm gonna have to pay for these thoughts. Real niggas is extinct. It ain't safe for me, my dog. These are real fucking lyrics.
You've come back to that a lot in the last few years. Like the more I reveal me, the more they will kill me. Stuff like that. When you say they, like who is that?
Whatever the threat to, however the system is set up to keep things at status quo and keep us in a position of using words like allow. So anyone that's culpable in creating the system that we operate under, that's they.
Yeah.
That's they. And it actually goes beyond color.
Yeah.
Because I've encountered that a lot. Where it was just like, okay, this successful black man, make it, let me go to him.
Yeah.
And for help. And they're like, you don't fuck with no rap shit.
Oh wow.
Not like out like that, but you know,
that's the energy.
Like the energy. It's like you see the energy.
Yeah.
You know?
I was thinking about how you described last year as being angry and for the first time in a while. Yeah. I wondered what it felt like to be pulled back into that feeling and how you pulled yourself out or how you leaned on the people around you.
Yeah.
I've been saying to pull you
I
out.
needed the people around me more than ever. Because usually when I have that feeling, I would just make music and it's be therapeutic. I'll be able to, I bloat it out.
Yeah.
And I would be like, you know, I'll move on. I had to sit in that for a long time. And luckily I had that. And right, again, I built this this circle that's really safe for me of people that really love me, not using me, and like, you know, really care for my best interests. So I was able to have that in the time, you know, the most crucial time for me.
Yeah.
Especially people that were close to me. And I'll explain. So like, you know, when those type of things happen, people run. They don't care what happened. They don't care. And I can't get rid of it. I can't take a settlement.
Yeah.
It ain't in my DNA. First of all, I had to tell my wife, let's just back up.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even in me. I know what this is the weight that this is gonna bring on our family. I can't do it. The makeup, I would die. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker, move on with your life. It was like a testament because people know me. Like, I know who you are, and that's impossible. And not only we standing by you, but what do you need?
Yeah. What did you kind of do to come back from that personally or emotionally, I guess?
I'm still working with that. That's a great question. I'm still dealing with that.
What was it like watching Blue come into her own even more on this most recent tour?
That was amazing.
Like,
you know, because on the first tour, you know, there was a lot of you know, conversation around her first performance. And she worked really hard to get to that point, but she still wasn't going for it. She still was like going through the motions. And then after that, she just started going for it. Like, she started fighting back. I saw her fight maybe for the first time in her life, like fighting back. You know, like not everything is just given to her and everything is easy. She had to fight for that and she fought for it. Then to see her do the amount of work, she's almost on every number.
Yeah.
I had to take her off physically or some number. Like, man, you can't be on that stage where she's singing, you know, 6-inch heels. You crazy? That's never gonna happen. You know, like it was like that. It was like a fight.
Sure.
She wanted to dance every single number. And that's a lot of, you know, choreography to remember. She was 13 at the time. That's a lot. And she was nailing it. She was going crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Like, Blue is a crazy pianist. But she won't let us get her like a teacher. She don't want to be mentored in that way because she wants it to feel just like fun. She don't want it to be a job. But when she has a perfect pitch, anything. If she hears a song, she'll be like, play it again, and then she'll play it.
Oh, wow.
Like, she'll teach herself. She'll find the notes, and then she's off playing it. That's just talent. Because we tell her, like, you know, that's not normal, right? And she's just like, no, I just want to play. I enjoy playing. Let me just play. So she doesn't work at that. She worked at this, and it makes me proud that she fought for something that she really wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get off that stage now. I don't know.
You pop out like when you want to, you record when you want to, like you're not in that stricture.
Yeah, I think 444 released a lot. Although it's the hardest album for me to make,
Mm-hmm.
it's still hard to. I can't even listen to 444 because it's the album that I was always afraid to make. You know what I mean? Like you think about like, man, I want to make an album like it's just like pure and just like vulnerable and just like the real interior thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Not like this Superman, like this mythical figure.
So it's interesting for you to like pinpoint that because, like we were saying earlier, the last time you did one of these like kind of real sit downs was around 444 when that had like just happened and just come out. So I'm curious now, like what it's like that it's been some time since that and how you've kind of evolved with those changes and going through that door, like you said.
I'm super proud of the work that I've done and put in and to be able to do that in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
Like most people, they get to, go through their things, very privately. Right?
You took it on tour.
Live every night. It was so healing. 444 to like everything is love. That's a real chapter in life that it got recorded.
Everything is love. You're rapping like really like there's some crazy verses on there where you're just like flowing nuts. Like friends and nice, like.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm a fan of my wife's creativity. She's a monster in the studio. She can hear like a sound off of like a drum 8 months prior and be like, what happened to that drum that was, remember that song that I'm like, no. And she'll pull out a drum sound that's like needed for that moment. You know what I mean? Like she's a great producer. So when you're around that type of talent, it's just like, again, you're in that type of energy, people.
Guys, can I jump in for a second? Let me just say, to be fair, Jay-Z's a nice guy. Nothing sideways to say about him. But listen, we have a job to do and we're going to be critical. We're going to question why now and other things of that nature. I do want to say this, though, with all due respect to anybody trying to become a musician, producer, singer, what have you. Learn music theory. Learn music theory like the great Miles Davis and others. Learn how to write music. Listening by ear, it's, that's great. That's great. But you have to really, for true longevity, have some type of understanding of music theory, what is an augmented chord, a diminished chord, and different things of that nature. I mean, no disrespect what he's saying about his daughter and Beyonce, but learn music theory, please.
Bring music and, it's just a vibe. So those verses were just crafted because we were just having a good time.
It feels like you and her are in a real creative zone too right now. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like the last couple albums she's put out, I've noticed your name in the liner notes a lot too. Like, I can kind of picture you like in the studio flowing like Unicorn is the uniform you put on,
Yeah, but again, it's that energy. Like I know what she's trying to accomplish and anything that I can contribute. I mean, my family, first of all, I thought it was super important and a challenge and fun to be in the room.
Does that give you some of your own creative spark to get back to your own zone and get the pen out?
It actually does the opposite.
Really?
I'm actually fulfilled in that space. You know what I mean? Just to be like, a small cog in that wheel. I'm getting out that creativity. But again, I was just so like heavy. And I don't know how to make music that's not reflective of how I'm feeling at the moment. It would have been fiery, but I don't know. I don't know if it's done more harm than good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because, I have a lot of like scratch ideas and they like all bad. I gotta be honest. They're bad. It's just like all bad.
Thank you for your comment on the screen. Is that dark? Pardon me. Coco Kiss. Hey, girl. No, Jay-Z's 61 like me. We're both 61. Don't pay attention to what Wikipedia says. He's 61. You can Google it.
The streets really wanted you on that Clips album.
Yeah, I was close. I think I think the first thing that I say, it has to be said from me.
You can't be like,
I don't want to be so rigid with it though. I'm gonna keep that open. So I'm gonna take that back. But at that moment, I was like, yeah, I want to do something, but in order for me to move forward, I got to get this shit out. I got to get it out.
When we're talking about putting on for the culture, what does it mean to you to be at the helm of a cultural event so important as the Super Bowl?
I think everyone should experience music in its totality. And for a lot of years, it was only one side of music that was being represented.
Yeah.
And we got the opportunity to create a more balanced idea of what popular music is today.
Yeah.
I'm not going out on a limb. This is the most famous people in the world.
Statistically supported.
It's like I'm not like, I didn't pick like the indie artist that I really like from Portland. The #1 streamed artist in the world. Him.
It's crazy that I think last year was still like the first solo rap act, which is crazy to say that last year was that. Was that a hard one to get across the board?
Not without conversations that was like dated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, the stats show Kendrick broke the audience record.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. It's like this is the music of our time, and it should be represented on the biggest stage because these are some of the. I'm not saying they're the only artists, right? Obviously, other artists would be offended.
Yeah.
But I think that was the right choice.
As a rapper, first and foremost, and being one of the pillars of contemporary rap, I would have to imagine that you got a special kick out of watching that show, though, in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I thought it was brave. I thought what he did was brave, and it speaks to who he is as a performer.
Mm-hmm.
He could have made it a little easy on himself.
Just aesthetically and like what?
No. Aesthetically, it was beautiful. It was flawless. The artistic choice to play
the new album
was a choice, and brave in front of that big of an audience. Because even if 10 million people know some of these songs, there's 120 million people that's like, what is he doing? And as an artist, to stand up there and do it and complete your vision was like, I had to tip my hat. Like, I have a high respect for him already, but like even more my respect was like, he's really about what he say he's about.
Yeah.
I
have to ask you this only as a participant, and
you don't have to give a disclaimer first.
Well, I'm just saying, as someone who was part of probably the genre's biggest rap beef,
well, until now,
as a spectator, what did you think of the 2024 back and forth between him and Drake?
I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna like. That's presumptuous. I think that, look, there was 4 pillars of hip hop. There are 4 pillars of hip hop, right?
Yep.
There's breakdancing.
Yep.
And it's graffiti.
Yep.
There's DJing and battling.
Yep.
Breakdance is not at the forefront of rap anymore. It's actually an Olympics sport. So that's dead. Graffiti.
Yeah.
Beautiful, in certain places.
Yeah.
And even in like, major art and like Keith Haring.
Yeah.
And Basquiat, actually, a street artist.
Yeah.
Took it to a next level. It's not part of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
DJing. The DJ was in the forefront. It was Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Right. Yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah.
You don't even know the DJ for half of the artists anymore. Who's Drake DJ? I have no idea. Okay.
Couldn't tell you off top.
That no longer exists. And the last pillar is battling. We love the excitement. And I love the sparring and the music you get.
Mm-hmm.
But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes. no matter what he says. And it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing. And it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like, it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that. Maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, I sound like the.
Let me take a break. I'm sipping a beer here. Any thoughts? Any comments? Anybody want to cam up? Anybody want to cam up and have a Jay-Z discussion here this evening? All right. Shabon, I got your donation. Yes, sir. Peace to the God. I'm not up to speed, guys. I don't know what's going on with some of the surroundings of this particular interview. Mr. Controversy, I got your Cash App. Thank you so much. I want us to be fair and objective. I don't want to just kick Jay-Z's back. And I mean, kicking his back in is fun, but any thoughts, or do we keep it going?
Oh, God, Wagner thing. But I think we can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing. And, you had the battle and it was fun and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much oxygen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every day they're just trying
they're
to
still talking about it.
It's not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song, I like this.
Yeah.
No, it's like trying to tear down the people's life.
Yeah.
It's like trying to, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time.
Great music.
Just everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm gonna say it, I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view. I do, because I know it. I know.
Stop right there. Oh my goodness. I have to jump in. He just said, I don't know if battling should be a part of the culture anymore. I'm trying to be fair and objective, but I mean, so what's new? What's going to be ushered in? Let me look in the live chat. Let me play it again. Maybe I didn't hear what I thought I heard.
I guess I'm going to say it. I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view. It needs to be. I don't know if, I guess I'm going to say it. I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view.
Stop right there. Now, he also said we're kind of past kneeling, right? When it came to Colin Kaepernick. Troll babies, help me out. Help me. Where do we go now? Is he too old? Too old to even speak about the direction of the culture? Because there comes a point when you're detached. You don't live around the people, They can't come see you unless they come through security or something. Is he detached? What does he mean battling shouldn't be part of the culture? I think that's a very essential part of the culture. It separates the men from the boys. Everybody who's an artist cannot necessarily battle. And truth be told, when was his last battle? Was that against DMX? Do you know what happened when he battled DMX? Let me just ask before I continue. Damn, battling should not be a part of the culture. I can't co-sign that. We're almost done, and then we'll open up the floodgates. Here we go.
I do, because I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. I hate it. it's just how I feel about
Well,
it.
it even kind of extended to you, right? Because people made it a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's
Yeah.
putting and he's not.
Like I don't have what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice.
Word.
It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle. I don't.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like what's that got to do with me?
Word.
Have at it. Have fun. It's almost like not on just me, by the way. They drag everybody in it. Like everyone's part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck? Like what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. or due respect to him. I'm fucking old. Do respectfully.
Word.
Like for what? To what end?
Yeah.
It couldn't be like these guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't liked each other for a long time.
Before you had anything to do with it.
For a while.
Yeah.
I think this has been brewing, just like me and Nas was brewing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen at the Summer Jam. That happened at Lex and TV sets, the minimum, whatever. It was a whole bunch of stuff leading up to that point.
Mint Fleek, what is the Mint Fleek slugs in your hat, right?
It was slugs in your hat. It was a bunch of like little things that led up to that point. And then when it happened, I actually regret that because I really like Nas. He's a really nice guy.
But also to your point, like I remember I was like 10 or 11 when that happened. I was like,
pick a side.
Well, I was on your side.
Yeah, I can clearly.
But my position was I can't go out and buy Stillmatic or ask my parents to buy Stillmatic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna borrow it and burn it because I can't deny one mic, you know?
Like I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But I ain't supporting them.
Or
yeah.
So it's almost kind of like fostering the same independence that you carry versus like
right back to the
just
beginning.
being like you're signed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna curate your career in this sort of way.
Yeah.
You know. I never was comfortable with that anyway.
With being
an artist's expression should be their expression.
Mm-hmm.
I really fall back. That's what I think what happened with Cole. Like,
oh, stop it. I forgot about that. Yeah, that line. What song was that? Condoms and something near the baby seat in the back. What track was that? You know, he just sounds detached. There's nothing wrong with getting older, you know, and changing your position, but he sounds detached. I don't want to just say this to try and steer the conversation, but this is, in my opinion, a trash interview. This guy who's doing the interviewing, I don't know who he is, and I hope to never see him again. I'll just be honest with you. Trash. Frazier. Let's finish up. Fuck.
Like just the narrative around Cole is that we didn't love Cole. No, we believed in him enough to let him find his journey.
Yeah.
And he found his path. It took him a minute.
Yeah.
But he found his way.
Was that something that you had to learn yourself though too? Because Cole will tell the story about how like you wanted to sit him with Stargate and maybe think about that single.
Yeah, I was giving him a chance to take his talent and show it to the most people possible.
Yeah.
But his way. I didn't force on it. It's like, here's this record from Stargate and you putting it out. Like I forced Bleak to make Men Bleak. It was like, no.
I mean, I think that worked.
Like my little brother. He has to listen to me. You know what I mean? But like for J. Cole, he has to find his own direction. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give him the tools.
Yeah.
I mean, we made big records with Stargate. They made humongous records and on Rihanna and blah, blah, blah. And even, I think they made the Wiz Khalifa Black and Yellow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Biggest songs in the world.
Yeah.
You don't want to go sit with fine.
All right.
You know, so I'm gonna present that, but I'm not gonna make them do it.
Yeah. What is your relationship with Cole like these days?
Obviously, there's things behind the scenes with, you know, like you know, audits and shit like that gets complicated.
Yeah.
But I think given a chance to prove that you're above board is an opportunity.
Word.
So I don't have any negative feelings for him. I'm actually super proud of him and what he's done.
It sounds like you're still, like when you came in, we were talking about the mixtape, like you're still engaging with the work as a fan too.
Yeah, Clue sent it to me actually.
Oh, word?
Clue, not Cole.
Yeah?
Yeah, he sent it to me because he's proud, right?
Yeah.
The thing about Clue, like he have like a resurgence behind.
Okay, we've got a couple of minutes left, 5 minutes to be precise. And to some of you who, you come here from my objective perspective, thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for commenting. I don't always want to be the guy to jump out the window first because sometimes I can be a little too influential in my opinions. I wanted you to think, during this particular interview discussion. I wouldn't even call this an interview. This was a discussion. It was trash, in my opinion. I don't have to call this young guy names, but he's just a little too compliant. He doesn't even have any questions in his hand to really, give us something that we can sink our teeth into, whether we're trolling or not. This is some real goofball shit. But hey, it's what he put out. I'm not going to comment on Jay-Z's attire, the locks, the fucking goofball hat. You do that. But we're almost done, and I just wanted to say now at this particular point in time, this is a crock of shit. Garbage. I'm not going to go back into everything he said from the past, and because we all change opinions. We all, as life goes on, we reflect, and sometimes we say, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or something to do with the super ugly freestyle. I think Jay-Z's mother made him apologize. I don't know. A garbage ass interview, if you ask me. But let's finish up.
Yeah. I want to go back to this idea we were talking about just doing things the right way, even when that comes to like attaining wealth and continuing to amass wealth. And we're talking about B-sides. One of your illest lines to me is face to the ceiling, race to 1 billion, heaven on earth, will his wings still fit him? So like, what's the answer to that question? Is it a constant struggle to maintain?
Your morality defines who you are, right? It's not what you've attained. It's not a dollar amount that changes you.
Yeah.
And if so, what is that dollar amount? When does it start? Is it 100,000? Is it 150? Like at what point, if it's a cutoff, if it's like all millionaires are bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So at 999,000, I'm good. It can't be that way, right? It doesn't make any sense. The system is set up against me, against us. But I'm talking about my specific struggle.
Yeah.
Everything was against me. My talent, not taking advantage of people, not taking advantage of a system, not creating tax loopholes, not just taking from other people. No, my talent pushed against all the headwind. And with that success, I've done things with my reach that I wanted to do that was helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And with the system that we have, what are you going to do? Because I don't believe in that the idea that someone has a certain amount of money, it defines their personality.
So when you have like an example like that versus like the kind of, I would say, commonplace public perception that someone would say all billionaires are bad or no one should have $1 billion. Like, what's the tension in that?
I got to give you the honest answer.
Please.
There's no tension.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you say. You can believe what you want to believe.
Word.
And people be.
What's with the fucking giggling? What's with the fucking giggling? A total turn off. A total turn off. Okay. Sit tight in the queue. We've got a couple of people. CVR, I see you. You're going to be my first caller. I need you to stay on topic. Sit tight, CVR. Let's finish up this horse shit.
Behave the way they want to behave.
You was who you was before you got here.
Was who you was before you got here. Yeah. That's the makeup of your person. You're going to believe what you're going to believe, and you're going to behave the way you behave.
You're looking at a year that you defined to me as all offense. And, you said that you made scratches, and they sounded kind of like fiery and maybe not anything you wanted to put out. So it made me wonder, like, what are the hallmarks of a great Jay-Z album right now? Like, what are you trying to put out there that you would want to put out there?
I don't know yet. I don't know. But I know that we have enough negativity currently I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what I need to create currently that's gonna like fulfill me
Okay.
and make me happy, because that's most important.
Yeah.
Right. And whatever that feeling is, will vibrate and like, touch people in a way with its honesty. Trying to create something that people like
Yeah.
is where I think a lot of artists get jammed up.
Right. Overthinking it.
Yeah, they just try to make,
or reverse engineer it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, they love the feeling of that white hot feeling of when they was it felt new.
Yeah.
And that newness, trying to create that, is where they get jammed up, because you don't know slang and you don't think it's sad. It's like it's cringy. Like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Make your type of music.
Right.
Because you ain't doing what you saying you're doing. I'm not doing the same thing I was doing in '96.
Yeah.
So we need to make that any type of music that approaches that would be embarrassing, because it's not authentic.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta make something timeless that I really love and that's really honest and true to who I am.
You once said to the Russian billionaire that you were doing business with, I think with the Nets or Barclays, Mikhail, and you were saying how he showed you that, like, you both stayed at the same hotel and you were on one floor and you thought you were staying on the highest floor. And then he revealed that there was an even higher floor that he stayed on. And that lesson to you was that there's always a higher floor to climb. So I wanted to check back in and see if you still feel that way. Like, do you feel like you've reached the highest floor, or there's still floors to climb, and what the next however many years looks for you?
Yeah, they're won't start to be, because I thought the highest floor in the building was the end of it, right?
Okay, we got a couple of more seconds. Guys, sit tight in the queue. Sit tight in the queue. I'm glad I waited to give my opinion, because again, I don't want to just come out the gate hating just to be hating. Alejandro, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you so much. Someone in the live chat says, what are you doing for the children? I donate to yeshivas. What do you do, fuck nigger? Nigger. Yeah, I donate to yeshivas, and I have a 501c3 called the Snitch Network. What do you do? Hey, Pearl, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Okay. Hey, Maurice, how are you, sir? www.hudsontubs.com. Big fan of Jay-Z. I have every album, but he sounds like a person who has become successful and evolved. Isn't that wrong with that? Jay-Z sounds dangerous for the culture. Ooh, the interviewer is a very biased interview. Hey, let's finish up. Hey, Lauren, I got your donation. Easy to say, battling is wrong when you lost to Nas. He also lost to DMX. I was more so talking about the DMX battle, but thank you so much. Okay. Oh, my God. Let's finish up.
Like the next step is like owning the building. No, you're staying at my hotel.
That's hard.
I think in that way, if we just stay childlike and stay curious, there's always going to be another level.
Area code 973. Good evening. Are you there? We're talking about the new Jay-Z interview with JQ. 973.
What's up, Star? I'm all in.
Yes, sir. How are you? Good evening. You have the floor.
I just have a quick question, because I noticed, like, when these guys like Kanye and Jay-Z, once they become billionaires, why is it that their voice changed almost like
I have no idea, so I'm not a billionaire. Can you tell us? Tell us. What do you think, sir? I have no idea.
I don't know, because I noticed the same thing with Kanye. Okay. I noticed the same thing with other rappers throughout the year. Once they achieve like a certain amount of money or a certain status,
okay,
it's like they take on a certain persona per se, like almost like I don't know, like a real privileged type of aura. That's what I'm getting anyway. So okay. I don't know.
Can I ask how old are you, sir?
I know.
Can I ask how old are you, sir?
I'm 45.
Okay.
45.
Well, I mean, you don't have to become a billionaire to start talking like, he's talking. I mean, once you get out in there, once you get into Hollywood, and things are revealed to you, then at some point you have to make a choice, right? Yes?
Yes, I agree.
Are you a real nigga, or are you willing to play or are you willing to play the game? It's that simple.
I got you. I understand.
No, don't agree with me, sir. I'm just, sir, don't agree with me. I'm saying that's usually how it happens. Some of these niggas find themselves on all fours, getting plowed, and they get success in return. What do you think about that?
I can see that. But
I can't see it, sir. But I can't see it. How can you see it? I can't see no goofy shit like that. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's like once you want to trade certain,
I know what you're saying.
Trade your morals, ethics, and values for a mansion in Bel Air. Hey, hey. Go ahead, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Nah, that's all I want to say, though, Star. It's my first time on, so I'm kind of nervous. So, all
right.
That's pretty much it. Maybe the second time around, I'll be more open.
I appreciate the call. Salute.
Thank you.
Area code 551. Please watch the language. Are you there? Good evening. 551.
Peace to the God, Ali Kwan.
Peace.
Yeah, I want to talk about these.
Peace, black man.
Peace. Yes, sir. Just want to talk about the interview. To me, it was an interview of a pillow fight. Very soft questions, very soft answers, very controlled. And Jay-Z was talking about being morally, have some type of morally fortitude when he was talking about busting in the back of baby seats and pardon self, but I mean I didn't, but he was talking about certain things, and then I remember when maybe a couple years back he gave that he had a show out, and I believe it was in Paris, or was they had a bunch of
niggas in Paris.
Yeah, man, he had these. Yeah, come on, he had these bunch of these weirdos around the world, mostly these Europeans and everything. And it seemed like the last couple of concerts he had, these people seemed so disinterested, and it was a mostly white European crowd, but they seemed so disinterested. And in the forefront, he didn't do the 50th anniversary of hip hop, but he's doing that now in Giant Stadium. In Yankee Stadium, it doesn't make sense. So, I believe everything was controlled. This young kid, Fraser Tarp, he's like almost like a chief editor at GQ. He's an editor at GQ, and he's done stuff for Michael B. Jordan and SZA, and as well as the Clips and so on and so forth. But to me,
he sounds very agreeable. Very agreeable.
Yes, he had there was no pushback.
Chaka chaka cha.
There was just no pushback on it, and I think he wants to play it safe because he's a fan, man. And I believe Jay-Z has become a caricature of himself.
Can I ask you a question? Are you God body?
I study God body. I'm from Jersey. I study God body. So yeah, I used to go over to 125th and go by the God and get my math. And if I got it wrong, I had to run back to the.
You went to Parliament up at Allah School in Mecca, right? You went to Parliament.
Of course, it's still there, Star. It's still there.
Of course it is. Of course. But hold on a second. Help me understand something. I'm as old as dust, sir. How does one go from sun, moon, and star, supreme mathematics, which Jay-Z used to be, nation of gods and earth, he used to wear the medallion and the whole nine, to locking up his hair, to the Rastafarian culture? How does one do that? I don't see how that happens. Very
easily, Star. The sun, moon, and stars became the eagle and the coin and the dollar bill, and that's why. And that's why it became.
Preach.
And he wants to look like Basquiat and with the goofy hat, and listen. I'm not going to say if he drops an album, it's not going to be not a classic, because people are going to listen. But what I'm saying, he has nothing else to rap about. What is he going to rap about? No one want to hear about your children and married to Beyonce. He's not going to have anything to say that anyone's really going to. Just like 444, it's just he's kind of at the end of being able to tell a story about what? I mean, you know, he's a billionaire by now. What is he going to rap about that people are going to be able to relate to at this point? So, you know, hey, but I mean, you know, they're going to buy it. I mean, hey, fast food music, they're going to buy it.
Okay. I appreciate the call. Salute.
No doubt. Peace to Jersey.
Peace. Okay. DJ Duya, is that you, sir, tapping in?
Hey, what's good, Star? What's good, OG?
Peace. Good to hear from you.
Duya.
Where do you want to start, sir? Where do you want to start?
Of course, I want to start with the Jay-Z interview.
Yeah.
You know, I of course, I don't want to go into, you know, taking shots at people that made comments or whatever, but I did want to start with this. I was a little disappointed at homie that did the interview. First, you gotta address the Epstein thing. I mean, him not addressing the Epstein thing was kind of disappointing from a journalistic point of view. You know what I mean? That's been the talk for the last
Fraser Tharp, is that who he is?
few months.
Fraser?
Yeah, Fraser Tharp,
Okay.
the GQ, the kid from GQ. I thought that was that disappointing. Also, I felt like he should have kind of pressed the issue with Diddy too. Like, what does he think about with Diddy? What do you feel like Diddy, what they was trying to do to you in 2025? They want you to be the next Diddy. That's kind of the things I would have asked them. But I mean, that's where I thought the interview was. It lacked. You know what I mean? I understand what Jay-Z is saying in a lot of that stuff, though. This is a 56-year-old man. Y'all want him to be 34. Y'all talking about stuff that he did when he was 30-something. If you're the same man at 56 that you was at 30, you ain't lived it. So y'all talking about what he said at the baby seat, and that's, come on, man. Come on, man. He's 56 years old.
Can you tell people who don't know what your affiliation is or your position in the industry? Because you're somewhat in the mix. You know people, yes?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've kind of moved on from the industry at this point. But, you know, I worked with Murder Inc. for 6 years.
Right.
Was an intern. I worked in the studio. I ran the street team, all that good stuff. You know, I've got my own platform. I've been on radio and all that stuff and did industry stuff.
You've seen things.
Right.
Is it fair to say that to some degree, and I mean no disrespect, you may have become compromised and you ignore some of the debauchery and the things that have gone on? Because if you worked anywhere near Murder Inc. and R.I.P. to Irv and salute to his brother Chris, but if you worked around all of that stuff, then you've seen some things, yes?
Yeah, I've seen a couple things, but it's not on the Jay-Z front. You know, it's not on that front. On their front, you know, I used to work with Jaja from Dipset as well. So I've seen some things, but not on that front.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you, man. So overall, you enjoyed the interview, and it's right on time. There's nothing there. There's no Easter eggs. It's just pretty straightforward. And
no,
and Jay-Z has evolved, and that's it. Come on.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I thought that he should have went a little more in depth with Jay, because this is one of the few times that he does speak. I know a lot of the hip hop media, like, you know, I'm not going to mention certain names, but, you know, a lot of the big hip hop media is definitely punching air because they would have loved to have a Jay-Z interview. So I could see a lot of.
Why didn't he give that interview to Memphis Bleak?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question.
Not that Memphis Bleak is, you know, stressing it, because he has been a great friend to Jay-Z, a soldier. He's a boss in his own right. So I'm sure he wasn't saying, yo, you should come in, you know, but I could accept Jay-Z and Memphis Bleak giggling. They've got history. But this guy here just seemed so contrived. The editing from one set of clothes to the next. So I think that's why people now are saying, man, get this out of here. But I'll let you land your plane. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and just with the main thing that he was talking about with the battling, I just wanted to make this point because I feel like what Jay-Z was saying back in the 90s, 2000s, you could get on the same track with a dude. Let's say Jay-Z and DMX got on the same track, and they would go at it to see who had the best verse. And that's what Jay-Z was kind of saying. He's saying that it doesn't have to be a diss, but you could still go at it on a track. And I land my plane there. We got to elevate the game, keep it going. You know what I mean? Salute.
Good to hear from you. Okay. It's my guy, DJ Duya. Guys, sit tight. Should women register for selective service? I do want to speak about that at some point. Our main focus is the Jay-Z new interview. But in case you're not up to speed, Iran does not want peace. They're saying that Trump is capping. President Trump has now issued a 5-day pause where he was talking greasy about, bombing nuclear facilities in Iran. And then he's been making his rounds saying that negotiations are productive. And they're saying negotiations? We ain't spoke to you. I want to play a video from a few years back because, again, my theory early in the show here is that today's woman, for the most part, has no problem with signing up for selective service. Hold on to the phone lines.
A new bill before Congress would require young women for the first time to register for the draft, just like young men. ABC's Mary Alice Parks is on Capitol Hill this morning with the latest on this legislation. Good morning, Mary Alice.
Good morning, Eva. Yeah, this is interesting and would be a first. Now, it's been nearly 50 years since the government has actually inducted someone into the military through the draft, but still, young men have to register after they turn 18. And now Congress is again talking about whether women should have to, too.
Capitol Hill poised to make history. The Senate Armed Services Committee advancing a bill that, if signed into law, would require young women for the first time to register for the draft at 18, just like their dads and brothers. Ashlyn Carroll, an ROTC student from Tulane, telling us she welcomes the news.
It caught me off guard. I think that it definitely levels the playing field and it sets a precedent that shows that women are equal in the armed forces.
The bill, as written, would increase parental leave for servicemen and women and establish a basic needs allowance, which advocates say could help fight hunger and food insecurity among members of the military. Today, women serve at nearly every level of the military. The last time the government actually drafted a non-voluntary civilian into the armed services was back in 1973 during the Vietnam War. Last year, then candidate Joe Biden saying a draft is not needed now, but that he would, quote, ensure that women are also eligible to register for the selective service system so that men and women are treated equally in the event of future conflicts.
Stop right there. So that's what former President Joe Biden said. Just in case it does come down to a draft now, because the sand niggers, Iran, want all the smoke. In case you're not up to speed, I may play a video a little bit later. They're now utilizing mini submarines. They're ready for the get down. What's that? What's that saying? I don't want peace. I want problems always. That's where they are right now. Let's finish up.
System so that men and women are treated equally in the event of future conflicts. On the National Mall, some worried faces, but many women and men conceding the idea felt fair.
We are living in the 21st century where men and women are to be considered equal, then we have to be considered equal on all fronts.
If it was a draft that included young men and young women, that seems appropriate and fair.
I think that's fair. I do. I think women are being included in everything, and hopefully we don't end up in a situation where we ever need the draft again.
But not everyone is on board with the idea of adding women to the draft. Republican Senator Josh Hawley writing, compelling women to fight our wars is wrong.
Now, some recent polls show that slightly more Americans favor this idea, but it's close. And one more thing, this big defense spending bill would also include some changes to how serious crimes like sexual assault are prosecuted in the military. That's obviously another big topic of debate. Whit.
It sure is. All right, Mary Alice, thank you.
Phone lines are open. Let's have a discussion, okay? Let me go to area code 313. Good evening. Are you there? Please watch the language. Area code 313.
Star, good evening. Detroit Ziggy, how are you?
Hey, how are you, man? Are you okay? Last time you called in, you crashed out.
Well, yeah, you like to put me in crash out mode at times, Star. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to crash out on Joe Camel.
Ooh, let's go. Let's go.
Right? And Star, the guy, he's a billionaire. He's influential. Why are you wearing a $3 toboggan? And why? Cut your hair. Star, first impressions in life are everything. Star, if he walked in maybe a different continent in Australia somewhere, they probably run from this guy. And it's a shame because he's extremely influential in America, right? And unfortunately, the 14%, you created this individual. You made him a billionaire. But yet, Star, the problem is he's new money, Star, right? He's not Carnegie money. He's not Rockefeller money. He is money that can be easily taken away from him, right? Just like the dog that was barking on all fours. And you referenced Kanye West just a few minutes ago.
Yay.
That is new money, Star.
Yeah.
Okay? That is new money that can be taken away from Oprah Winfrey, from Rihanna, right? So these individuals have to be careful and choose their words carefully. That's why you saw this. This wasn't an interview, Star.
Yeah.
Right.
It looked like a discussion. Okay. A happy-go-lucky thing. But hang on. Let me jump in for a second, Detroit Ziggy. To be fair, he's not dressing like an overgrown adolescent. And he's an older man. He has to look back and reflect, We've all said things in our past. We've done things that we don't want to be held accountable for. But now, can you let him grow? He's an older black man. He travels the world. He's an icon. And, he's not going to talk the same talk as he was talking 25 years ago. So can you give him a chance? Or you're saying, no, I'm just not feeling him. Where are you, Detroit Ziggy?
Well, Star, I don't know if you know this or the chat room knows this, but the life expectancy of a black man in the United States of America is 67 years old. So I'm willing to say that
Come on.
He is past his time, and he is not using it wisely as we speak. I think he is under threat of grand jury testimony.
Okay.
That's why he didn't ask him about Sean Diddy Combs. He didn't ask him about Jeffrey Epstein or any other real controversial stuff that maybe a Patrick Bet David would have asked him, or Joe and Jada or somebody, Noriega. And that's the thing, Star. I don't, if you put them in a room with some feds or, the right kind of people, I think you'll be on all fours barking, trying to keep the little bit of wealth. Star, again, this is new money, Star.
Yeah.
And he is a victim when he walks into any of these investment firms and banks. And, I don't care how much money you have, Star. You can only, certain people can only walk into certain rooms.
Well,
and dress that way, Star. He can only walk into so many rooms in America.
let me say one more thing. To be fair, and I'm going to let you land your plane. There's a lot of Euro trash, not necessarily white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, a lot of Euro trash, new money. They get caught up in all these crypto scams and all these health insurance things. And, they're given second and third chances. They're able to bounce back and get back into society and regain some type of footing. So now, were you a Jay-Z fan? Do you know his catalog, his body of work?
No, Star. I grew up in the era when, again, you didn't.
So you just want to kick the black man's back in. It's okay if you
No,
do.
you can't compare him to DMX. You can't.
No.
DMX was he was a performer.
Hang on. Ziggy,
Okay.
I'm just talking about his position now. He got it out the mud. He's a smart guy, and that's not me caping for him. He's a smart guy. He has lasted the test of time. If we take away all the conspiracy stuff, all of the dead bodies he had to trample over, and that's the American way. You still don't want to give him a fair shake. You just want to see him go down in flames somewhere like Russell Simmons out in Bali, just out of here.
Well, how's he feel about Dame Dash?
Oh, Jesus.
That's how I feel about Jay-Z. So, I mean, you take that however you want, right? I think that's where Jay-Z needs to be with his buddy over in Bali.
Okay.
Right. So let's be frank. You know, Dame Dash is a real one that goes on Hot 97 and really gives it to them. Answers the real raw question. Jay-Z can't be put in that position. Right? Because he doesn't want to give you the real answer. Because he'll be barking all fours.
All right. I appreciate the call, Ziggy.
Thank you.
Detroit Ziggy. Troll Babies. Anybody remember the couple of shows back? He crashed out. Who was that? On Gangsta of Love? Sheesh. Guys, I'm waiting for some of my sponsors to call in. If you are listening, any one of my sponsors, please text me when you're ready. I want to make sure that we have everything you need here this evening. Hold on a second, guys. I'm looking for something. Showrunners. Oh, my goodness. Let me go back here for a second. Area code 812. Please watch the language. Are you there? Good evening. 812.
Star was good.
Hey, how are you, sir? What's going on?
I'm good. Jay-Z got some audacity to talk about battling, no more battling, man. He came at Nas when Nas's mom was battling cancer. You know?
Let's go.
Cancer.
You
know? So nah, bro. You too far in. You done all this, you know. He's too deep. And not to mention, he mentions all these places that he went from Marcy to all these other places to dibble and dabble in the street life. And all them places, he got two people claiming to be his child, you know, and he don't want nobody bringing that up.
Right.
You know, I'm ready to do a diss track myself. If nobody else want to say nothing, shoot. I got to be a father to your child instrumental at OG. I can jump on that, you know.
Now, hang on a second. Can you spit some bars at your age? How old are you, sir? How old are you?
I'm 49. You know, I'm OG. I was raised in hip hop, so I know this hip hop stuff.
You sound 64. Respectfully, you sound like you're winded. Are you really 49? Seriously?
Yeah. I just got off work. You know what I mean? They got me working 7 days a week.
You want to spit something now? I got time. Spit some heat now. Come on.
Oh man.
Take your time.
Let me think.
I'm gonna crack another
beer.
Get
your mind right. I'm fly, yo. My mind's in the right state like college kids in Dayton, Ohio. The game ain't changed, brothers. It's taught different. It's only legal if you get caught. Don't get caught slipping. Catch through the running man on black ice. Get blow playing CeeLo and have difficulty keeping track of dice. Got bullets with your name on them. Behind my belt and boxes, I pack your life. It's 80 yo up in the vicinity. I let the text blow at the ethnic expo for disrespecting my ethnicity. Hear me spitting, be privileged like your VSOP'd up off the best Hennessy. I got spit fresh tendencies. I ain't no rapper. I got gadgets and cats, coyotes, my homie. 80 yo is a trapper. You know what I'm talking about?
Nice.
You know some South Central Indiana hip hop.
Nice. Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Before you go, I'm asking a question. Should women, females, here in America, should they be required to register for selective service? Your thoughts?
The way these females is out here acting like they so independent and they don't need a man, why not? You know, I mean, a lot of them is destroying their marriages, getting caught up in this feminism crap, you know.
They don't want to be married, sir. They won't be married. They're brawling up in fast food restaurants, brawling down there in Papa Do's and Juicy Crab, down in H-Town, brawling.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Go to
it's
war.
Crazy.
Go to war, bitch, right?
Yeah, go to war. Hey, go to war. Hey, you want to be the man of the house? Hey, go out there and fight for the country. Hey,
yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm talking about?
I appreciate the call, sir. Salute.
For sure.
Okay. All right. He spit some heat. What do you think, troll babies? Let me go to area code 901. Good evening. Please watch the language. We're talking about the new Jay-Z interview. Are you up to speed? 901.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what up, Star? This is Austin with GoCreatorWiz.com.
Hey, what's up, man? Pardon me. I did you text me?
Yeah, I text you.
Okay. Sorry, man.
It's all good. I was catching the video.
Okay.
I was getting ready to spit a rap. Last guy had me motivated, man. He was dropping bars.
Whoa. Now, okay, hold on a second. You are one of my sponsors. GoCreditWiz.com. Let's talk about what you got going on first, and then we'll get back to the topic. Please, go ahead.
Absolutely. And first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that's reached out to Credit Wiz and trusting us, whether that was for information or to let us start the process, getting them on their financial journey the correct way and getting in a position to get business funding. So I want to express my gratitude for that. And for anyone that's looking to follow in their footsteps, please reach out to us. We do offer private free consultations. So if you need us, hey, we're going to let you know you need us. If you don't need us, we're going to let you know that you don't need us. So we're going to operate with integrity. And you can get all the niceties by visiting our website at GoCreditWiz.com and get familiar with the process that we offer, including and not limited to financing for the services that we provide.
Can I jump in right there? Because you and I have spoke behind the scenes a few times, and I really, really do support what you do. Can we talk about maybe helping people acquire financing? That's another one of your specialties. In terms of, I don't know, people wanting to purchase, whether it's raw land or properties to then rent them out. What can you recommend or suggest? I know you don't want to just give advice away, but what do you recommend in terms of financing for couples or individuals?
Certain things work for certain people. So we have to see what you have available and get a realistic point of view of where you are financially, because some loans are going to require collateral. Some are going to require a steeper down payment. And that's what we're going to look at when we pull your credit. We'll say, hey, this is what you're looking for. This is what you're going to need. This is what they're going to be looking for. And we want to make these things fall into alignment.
Okay.
With some of the smaller businesses, I've mentioned it several times. You can get working capital if you're a 680 across the board, and you can get up to $50,000 from the Small Business Administration without having to put up collateral.
Okay.
And that includes real estate.
Okay. What about acquiring raw land? I'm seeing raw land in different states that's really, really cheap, and there's no HOA, for those who don't know, a homeowners association. Depending on the different states or counties, the building permits are different. Anything that people may want to know about getting loans for raw land? There may be a higher down payment, but that's kind of like a newer option now. Yes, no, raw land?
Yes, it is. It is. You have two options off the top of my head that I can think of. One of those would be getting a Small Business Administration loan, depending on the price per acreage and how many acres you want to acquire. Like I previously stated, you can get up to $50,000 without collateral. And the second option that I would recommend is getting a USDA grant. As long as it's in a rural area that they designate as a rural area, you're able to get really good terms, and they offer assistance with your down payment, closing costs, and keeping your out-of-pocket costs close to zero as possible. But you have to be credit worthy. To qualify for the USDA grant, you have to have a credit score of 650.
Okay. Hey, man, great talking to you. What else you want to mention on your website, www.gocreditwiz.com, that people need to know?
Hey, if you're unsure of where you are, what your financial goals are, your long-term goals, your short-term goals, you reach out to us. We can help you put it in perspective. Like I stated, we operate with integrity. So if you need us, we're going to let you know, hey, this is a real-world plan that we can offer to you. These are real-world timelines. And if you don't need us, we're just going to say, hey, just pay down this credit card, let it report a few times, and you're going to be where you need to be. A lot of times people reach out, they just need information. And we offer that information with no obligation to buy, and we're just happy to help.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. And guys, please go see this man. Tell him I sent you. and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Star.
Take care. All right. One of my sponsors, www.gocreditwiz.com. Okay. There's my email address on the screen if you guys need a referral to him or if you want to inquire about being a sponsor. Okay. QB, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Supporting the machine, big nigga. Thank you. Okay, I just spoke to the homie. Hold on. Hey, Ashley, got your donation. She says, Star, what happened in that elevator? Okay, which elevator? Are you talking about with Jay-Z and Solange? I don't know the details. Is that what you're talking about, Ashley? Is Ashley in the live chat? It looked like that was years ago. It looked like Solange was, two-piece in Jay. And Beyonce just stood there, shaking in her boots. Wow, that was years ago. Let me go to area code 718. Hey there, good evening. We just watched the Jay-Z interview discussion. Are you there? Okay, they dropped out. Area code 313. Good evening. Are you there? Please watch the language.
Yeah, I'm right here. What up, though?
Yes, sir. How are you?
No doubt.
How are you?
I'm doing real good. I've got a couple of things to say about that interview, man. Like, he was talking about battle rap and whatnot. Like, he's talking about nowadays because of social media, everybody's kidding getting personal. And I'm thinking, like, what about Pac and hit him up? And he was talking about having sex with Faith. Like, was that not before social media? Was people been getting too personal? Like, what is Jay saying?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
I'm saying like I mean that's what I mean. He was trying to make this point that nowadays because of Drake and Kendrick or whatever that's getting extra personal, but it's been like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then the guy, the young kid I was interviewing, if I was interviewing, what about Siegel? You know what I'm saying? He ain't really asking no questions to press him. I'm like, come on, man, what we doing? It was like I don't know. Actually, I don't know who the interviewer was. Like a high school kid or something like that, but they needed somebody.
I think he's in his 30s. I mean, I don't want to just keep focusing on him, but first I've ever seen him, but he's probably part of that new wave that is just very non-threatening, But his
right. It was a very, very non-threatening. It was like whatever the hoe said. I don't like saying hoe, but whatever Jay-Z said, he just took it for face value. Kept moving. Like, I'm not even a big fan of Vlad, but even Vlad when he interviewed people, it's pushback.
Right.
So I was like, you really gonna get somebody like Hov on there? Like, come on, man. Like when he don't let him escape out of certain questions. Like I want to hear how he thought about Stay Poppy and Siegel and
well, hang on a second. Stay with me now. Do you think that maybe he did ask Jay-Z and there was some type of clause, in the one sheet agreement that Jay-Z gets final say so with regards to the final outcome? That could have happened.
I mean, that could have happened. But like I said, nobody knows that. I want to know what was Jay-Z's stance on when they asked, or will you take care of, not take care of, but will you be responsible for Beanie Siegel's whereabouts? And like everybody saying, he said no. I want to hear Hov say, what did you really think about when? Because they came up. I know he's from Brooklyn and Bean's from Philly, but they came up with the Rock together, and it was that whole Rock La Familia thing. And then to see your man.
Well, Jay put them on. They didn't come up together. Jay and Dame, they put those guys on. It's not like we built this together. That's not how it went down.
Well, I mean, I know they didn't be able to do it together, but the whole point I'm saying is that they had that image of family, right. and like Siegel talking about, man, you ate my mom's oxtail and all that nonsense. Right. So like, how could you just be like
you slept on my couch, nigga? Keep it real.
Exactly, So I mean, I ain't gonna hold you up too much.
No, stay with me. I appreciate the call, but now, okay, let's go back for a second. You said you wanted to see more pressing questions, and I agree with you. It was just, it was very sappy. It was kind of sweet, if you will. Did you want to see Jay get upset at a question, kind of like how, what's that guy's name from New York Undercover? Malik Yoba. Remember when, I forget whether it was the Griot or one of those goddamn places where the guy asked him about, knowing a underage transgender, and then he says, "Now we spoke about this. We spoke. Edit that out. Give me the footage." Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, like I said,
Did you want to see that?
That happened,
sir? Did you want to see some?
No, I mean, like I wanted to see pressure. I just want to see some type of pressure. Like ask him something that's really controversial. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about you and Jeff? You know what I'm saying? Well, why is your name in the file? It's like, what's your opinion on that? Right. Or you know what I'm saying? What's your opinion on? Then he's talking about how this one. I don't want to talk about other callers, but if he did he can still rap, because like if Nas just made a album with Premier, and I think it's.
Sir, do you need to get at the white caller who called in here? Do you need to? Listen, I don't protect nobody, sir. If you want to get on them, say I want to.
Well, I'm getting all right. He was saying that if Hov made an album today, then he wouldn't know what to rap about. That's not true. Like I said, because like Nas and Premier just made an album a couple months ago, and it's fire. And Nas is I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's definitely Hov's peer. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, as long as you got something to rap about, you can rap, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Hov came from that quality. He a project baby. You know what I'm saying? So come on, what we talking about, man?
Okay. Sir, before you go, I'm just asking the question: should women register for selective service, in your opinion?
I mean, shit, are women in the service now? You know what I mean? Of course. Everything. I mean, right? Like it's 2026 now. It's an equal, like a level playing field. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to be in the service, if it's girl boxing now and WNBA and all this right. Nonsense, you know what I'm saying? It should be nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I mean,
do you have any daughters, nieces, or any aunties who could be eligible for draft?
I mean, like I wouldn't want that for my nieces, but if it happened, like I said, I got nieces, I got aunties, and all that.
Okay.
But like you said, this world's so crazy. Now we got male, female, then we got them and they, and all these other adjectives. You know what I'm saying? So this world's crazy now, man. So that's what that is. But yeah, I landed my plan, man. I'm a huge supporter. Huge fan, dog. Keep it up,
you,
man.
Sir. Yes, sir. Folks, before we get back to the show, is Jesus returning? You guys up to speed on the sonic booms and sightings that have been reported as of late? I'm just asking the question, is that a sign that the Messiah is returning? I used to be mystified, What would the return of Jesus look like if it were to happen? Sit tight, Nick Q. Hold on a second. Thank you, Janet. Janet sent me this link right here. Might this be the return of Jesus? And if so, what would this timing be the right timing? If I were mystified, who knows what I would say, but Israel is out of control, or they're out of control. Brought us into a war with some sand niggers, and the sand niggers want the smoke. Let me fix my screen here. Hold on a second. Can someone explain what all these meteors crashing into the earth are now? Here we go.
Well, take a look at this. A green fireball was spotted in the skies of California, Arizona, and Nevada last night. NASA and the American Meteor Society confirmed it was indeed a meteor, saying they received more than 200 reports of sightings. Many people also say they heard sonic booms. The American Meteor Society says it was likely an asteroid fragment the size of a baseball or basketball entering Earth's atmosphere and breaking apart. It apparently aligns with a phenomenon known as the February fireballs.
And it's kind of this increased activity of fireball meteors that happens in February. Just year to year, when we're maintaining this database, we see more activity in February. There's no meteor showers in February, and there's really no explanation scientifically for why this occurs. But we do see it, anecdotally, we're seeing it right now.
Although NASA says they are unrelated, this is the third fireball spotted in the U.S. in just 6 days. They say the first was seen over Ohio and heard across the Northeast, and another was spotted in Houston, Texas over the weekend. Just goes to show Mother Nature full of surprises.
White folks tried to write it off. It's a Mother Nature. Let me look in the live chat. Can someone explain the meteors crashing into the earth here? Sonic booms. Is Judgment Day upon us? Hang on a second. Is that Rob Lowe tapping in area code 201? Good evening.
Peace, Star. How you feeling, man?
Peace. Good to hear from you, sir. Take your time. What do you want to approach here, Rob Lowe?
All right, I want to talk about the Jay-Z thing, but I'm gonna start with the draft and women.
Come on.
Quickly, I feel that if women want to be drafted into the armed services, it should be limited to maybe not frontline because of the equipment, the weight of the equipment. They should really start dealing with the fact that men have more muscles. And the sight, some women, you know, it's a thing in war where when you see somebody get blown apart or when you have to put down children, that does happen in war. A couple of people have told me that they've had to put children down because of the language barrier. You're telling someone to stop or to freeze, you know, they're from another country, they don't understand you, and they're progressing towards you, and an 8-year-old has an AK-47, and a grandparent has a RPG. You know, a lot of American soldiers, you know, unlike the guy that called the other night that said that they live for that. Some of them are just there to try to, because they didn't know what to do with their life after high school. You know, everybody's trying to. There's a lot of people just trying to go home. They're not trying to die for valor and glory. You know, some people couldn't afford college. It's like a lot of New York City cops. A lot of New York City cops are not.
Hang on a second, Rob Lowe. Can I jump in before we start talking about cops? Can I jump in and respectfully say I think you're wrong?
Absolutely.
I think you're wrong on this one. Data has shown that in certain times, females can be stronger than males. Data has shown and historical records, females, if her babies are in some type of
under a car.
hang on, can choke the fuck out of a pit bull, lift up a car, get to boxing and all sorts of shit. That we've seen this. You've seen this. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Yes, I know exactly.
Rob Lowe, let me just say this. I'll go back to you. Hang on, Rob Lowe. I have dated women with kids. I have tried to carry kids in a goddamn supermarket. I get tired, and then the woman says, "Here, give me the baby," and carry the baby like it's nothing. Like it's nothing.
Well,
Rob Lowe, can I just finish, please? Can I just finish, and then I'll go back to you. Now, as far as all that, you know, women not wanting to pull the trigger. Man, listen, you got these women today up on social media having babies for a bag, and they say, "Here, take that goddamn kid," and then they get to twerking. I know that's not all of them, but they're different now. These are not our great-grandmothers, grandmothers. These are a different breed. They are eating food that makes them some type of mutation. So they're with the smoke, in my opinion. You have the floor, sir.
I respectfully disagree. I believe that the nurturing aspect of a woman when they see their child under a car and they can lift the car is a whole lot different when you're confronted with the reality of what a war is. People getting blown apart, shot in the face, brains hanging out, legs off, intestines out. I believe that will have a different effect, especially when they want to get back to their child, not see their child about to walk onto a landmine. But like you said, I respectfully disagree. I don't believe that they should. be out there. I mean, all manner of training cannot turn a woman into a Navy SEAL the way a man will be turned into a Navy SEAL. But I wanted to touch on the Jay-Z thing because I see.
Well, hold on a second, because I'm so glad that we have started the conversation. Let me get this off the screen. Peace, Altreek, thank you for your comment with regards to females and what they may or may not be capable of. They fight in front of the kids. They'll knock a kid down. Oh my God. I hate to say this. In Philly, you had a young girl who kicked another girl's baby. Fuck out the way. You have women that go shoplifting with the goddamn kids in the car, fighting with 8 months pregnant. These are a different breed, Roblo. Not that you have to agree with me, but I'm just trying to give you a little pushback on your argument.
Again, the nigga is strongest in the nigga's environment.
Okay.
The nigga will beat down, kill. Yo, let's go get this nigga.
Right.
The second two cops come on the block and face slam a woman on the ground, all niggas do is record and say, I want the smoke, and the rest of all that nonsense and do absolutely nothing.
Out the window.
The nigga does not step out of their element. See, to me, I believe that a nigga wearing flip-flops feels the strongest. He'll fight a nigga in a subway station. You put a boot on a nigga and put a nigga out in sand, and then all of that heat and the resolve of these people that you're fighting. Nah, man. Nah. I don't believe.
Hold on a second, Rob Lowe. Rob, on the screen, someone brings up a very, very good point. Double O Kane, as a former vet, thank you for your service, sir. You got to be a damn fool if you think American women would positively help us on a battlefield. They'll switch sides for a bag. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Rob Lowe.
Listen, where we're at with it with this generation, there are some men that will switch sides for a bag. This has been openly said by a lot of people. They're like, yo, I didn't come here for this. Right. Yeah, you thought you was going to see the world and that there was going to be no activity. Now we're about to be facing like 4 countries, man. But look, listen, I didn't call for that. I called for the Jay-Z.
Oh, you want to buy Jay-Z?
Because, back to the nigga nonsense.
Come on.
I believe this, a lot of the callers, man, they hit on a lot of aspects of where this thing really lies. He was not asked about any of the stuff that really needed to be asked about. I don't believe that he was a part of the Epstein files or whatever. I'm not into all of that Illuminati and all of that nonsense. I'm trying to follow the money.
Okay.
And the money, when it comes to that, does not add up. But there were questions that needed to be asked from the Kanye West thing about how he feels about that. Not saying that that's the number one thing.
Okay.
What happened to Rockefeller? Why is Dame coming at you? There's so many things that were just overlooked, that were not spoken about. But this man has now become a recluse. He's very exclusive. He's trying to carry that air of a billionaire by less is more. And somebody finally gets him, and it's whoever this Pharrell looking kid was. Like, I would have at least thought, even before Memphis Bleak, I would have thought Angie Martinez, because they've had a long.
Oh God! Oh God! No!
No!
Oh God!
I'm not saying Star. Hear me out. I'm not saying it would have been a good interview. I'm just saying that there are people that come along before whoever this kid is. That I'm not even saying that she would have asked them profound questions. I don't think that any of these people are anywhere near someone. This is not Farrakhan and Mike Wallace. They're not going to go back and forth and be asked the hard questions and the comments flying and asked to expound upon things that are deep. I think the most profound thing that was said during whatever that was, because it wasn't an interview. It was just a discussion of nonsense.
Right.
The biggest thing that was spoken about was Drake and this whole thing about battling. People have lost their lives over rap battles, and never has any of this stuff ever been brought up. Drake has paid people and put money on the street for information on multiple people. Pusha T, Kendrick Lamar, Meek Mill. Like, these things are not being spoken about in their proper context.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, this kid loses a rap battle by the game that he plays.
Right.
And now we got to stop battling for a tourist that's not even from this country.
Yeah. Listen, Rob Lowe, I appreciate you. I got to take other calls, man. Salute.
Absolutely, Star. Salute.
Yes, sir. Area code 267. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there? 267.
Yo, Star. Yeah. Yo, what's up? Salutations.
Good evening.
I heard this. I heard the thing you played with Jay-Z, and he was talking about how his daughter has perfect pitch, and I was bothered.
Sir, can we not focus on the kids? Isn't she a minor, Blue Ivy?
No, I'm not on the kid, but I'm just saying the people that have perfect pitch. He said afterwards that they go to the piano and they try to find a note. If you have perfect pitch, you're not trying to find any note. You know the note. If you hear the light bulb, you can hear the light bulb humming. You can know that the light bulb is sharp or flat. You can hear the heater.
Well, sir, he's a proud father. I don't want to focus on his.
All right, cool. I ain't going to that. So, all right, I got you. But that's all I'm saying. Perfect pitch. And you said theory is everything. You need to know major, minor, diminish, half diminish, whatever. I'm a musician. We're going to get up to that. So listen to this.
Come on.
About the Jay-Z thing. Jay-Z, he wanted to, not that he wanted to, but a couple of years, last year they had the picnic. Last week, I got notices on my phone about the Roots picnic.
Okay.
He's headlining the Roots picnic. And after the Roots picnic, a couple of days later, he starts headlining in Yankee Stadium. Now, last year at the Roots, a couple of years ago, at the Roots picnic, Lauryn Hill was there. Lauryn Hill brought out the Fugees. That was the first time the Fugees ever performed. Not ever performed, after the breakup. They performed at the Roots picnic. My question is Jay-Z going to bring out Dame Dash? Because on the flyer for the Roots picnic,
Sir.
He's doing Reasonable Doubt. Doesn't Dame Dash?
Sir, I have to ask you with all due respect. Sir, please, let's have a conversation. And can you make the adjustments in the background? We got some noise. I want the audience to hear you, okay?
No, I was too close to the phone.
Okay.
I apologize.
With all due respect, sir, Jay-Z's not bringing out Dame Dash. Come on, where you going?
But doesn't Dame Dash get paid off a Reasonable Doubt? If you perform that, if you perform that in a concert, isn't that part of the publishing?
I don't remember, sir. Didn't he lose that royalty or that mechanical something in a lawsuit? I mean, where are we going?
All right. That's all.
No. Stay with me. I'm not rushing up. I'm asking. I could have swore he lost. Well, it was auctioned off or something.
Well, was it the publishing or was it the other half? Because it's 50-50, correct? I don't know.
No. He didn't own 50%. Let me look in the live chat. I mean, you sent in a donation. I want to try and answer your question as best I can. I don't think Dame Dash owned 50%.
The only reason why I say that is because when I was there with Lauryn Hill, he brought out Wyclef, and then the headliner, not headliner, but who she brought out, and the people went crazy for was Praz, and that was when Praz was going with his villains. It was the day after that. It was the day.
Rob Lowe says Jay-Z and Dame Dash owned a third, sir. So again, I didn't want to just cut short what you're saying, but now let me ask you a question. This was last year with the Fugees, you said?
No, it was 2 years ago at the Roots picnic.
Okay,
2 years ago, the Roots picnic.
Was Praz on stage with Lauryn Hill and Wyclef?
Yes. He brought out Wyclef. They did a song together.
No, sir. Praz.
Yes. Then Praz came out, and that was after he had his deal. It was a week before after Praz had that dealing with something in Asia.
Well, Praz sued Lauryn Hill, sir, for her being late, him missing out on money. Are you sure this was 2 years ago?
2 or 3 years ago at the Roots picnic. Yes, she brought the Fugees. The Fugees performed.
Got you.
And I was mind blown because it's always Lauryn Hill. She brought out Wyclef and she brought out Praz, and the crowd went crazy.
Okay.
And this is after his dealings with he had something to do with some kind of.
You want to see Jay bring out Dame Dash? What you want to see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So Philly is the first. We the first.
You're as high as giraffe, pussy, sir. Thank you for your call. Thank you so much. Hey there, area code 247. Are you there? Are you ready? 247. Yes, no, maybe.
What's good, boss?
Yes, good evening. Good evening. Where you calling from? I think I had the wrong area code.
I'm calling from Georgia.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm all right. I just wanted to touch base on one of the so-called meteors falling in the sky.
Okay.
I feel like that's a bunch of baloney. You know what I mean? Just to keep everybody calm. You know what I mean? But in all actuality, you really know what's going on. You know, and then what was it today?
Tell us, sir. I have no idea. I'm lost in the sauce. Tell us what's going on, please.
Basically, he was saying that he was sent a present today. You know what I mean? And
sir, who are you speaking about? Who are you speaking about?
That's what President Trump, right?
Okay, the president. You didn't say
he
that.
never disclosed who he's communicating. Excuse me?
You didn't say the president. Okay, so the president said what now about the meteors?
He was saying that he was sent a present today from whoever he's speaking with in Iran, right? He never disclosed who he's communicating with, nor he disclosed what was sent. But this has been going on since about 6 days now. It started in Ohio. I mean, for all we know, they could be sending the SR missiles. You know what I mean? That breaks off into 14 parts. I mean, and it's crazy how the timing is.
Okay.
And I don't know if you recall back in the day when the government shut down and you had 3-Eye Atlas coming in, right? NASA said nothing. NASA gave no information, no footage or anything. But now, all of a sudden, you have missiles coming left and right. Meteors, coming left and right. And NASA's popping up saying, oh, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. But before, there was a comet heading towards Earth that was the size of Seattle. And the government shut down, and NASA wasn't saying anything, which is crazy to me. It is crazy how they're covering things up in front of our eyes. You know what I mean? And
if I can jump in, I have no problem with anything that you're saying because we the public have always been on a need-to-know basis, right? A need-to-know basis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I don't like it.
Yes, sir.
You don't like it. A lot of people don't like it. But if you had to guess, what do you think in terms of those alleged meteors? What do you think that they were? Can we try and be more specific? What do you think those meteors were?
I mean, honestly, I feel like they're missiles. I feel like that's what they are. If we know that Iran can shoot missiles 4,000 miles away from its place, like, come on. It's nothing to put that on a sub. Like, it's no. Like, think about it. Of course, with chaos comes order, but there are certain things that they don't want people to know.
Right. Yeah.
That'll, make people lose. They've already lost faith in the government. And it's impacting everyone. You just showed imagery of those little boys. Our president is. We know what he is. Who knows? Those kids could probably be thinking that they can do anything. At this point, our president.
Well, sir, let's not slander the president. I'm not trying to catch a lawsuit for you. I don't know you. With all due respect, you understand? You can say.
I didn't even know that was
you can say alleged, but I don't know where you're going. I'm not just gonna co-sign you just because you.
My apologies. My apologies.
So
sorry, alleged. My apologies, sir.
Okay. So
but I don't mean to talk. It's just so much. there's just so much negativity, so much low frequency, and I feel like at this point in the world, we need to unite on a level that it takes away from the powers that be. You know what I mean?
Let me jump in, because when you say unite, I don't know if that's necessarily a reality, because, many people are in the darkness and they prefer to be in the darkness. Many people can read, but they prefer not to read. So I'm not sure when you say unite. There's always going to be people, pardon me, who are students of perpetual doubt. Would you agree? They just everything's a diversion. I don't believe that, and that's fine. But what is the?
You need that contrast sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm all for the contrast. But are we looking towards any solutions or anything to really to get a full understanding of, or is it just all a psyops? Are we living in a simulation? I want to be clear where you're going.
Yes, definitely a psyops. Definitely. And what I mean by unite, it can be as far as disconnecting from a governing system.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To a point where everybody is responsible for their own. Respect thy neighbor. I'm not preaching religion here or quoting, verses or anything, but it's just common nature. Like, you know what I mean? Like you walk near someone's house and they have a dog in the yard. The dog is not going to go into the road and attack you.
Okay.
If you go into their yard, the dog's going to turn loose on you. It's a law here. You know what I mean? It's a natural.
Can I ask you a question with all due respect, sir? With all due respect.
Yes, sir.
What is your ethnic background?
I'm a melanated person. Because of colonization, I don't know, but when I did my ancestry on my grandmother's side, it said indigenous on her side.
Fair enough. Because listen, it's all about race in America, right or wrong. It's all about race.
Yes,
I just want to.
But we have to.
Well, hang on. I just want to know who I was talking to, because now what you're saying in theory sounds great. But there are forces who prefer chaos. They prefer chaos. Can you land your plane? Not saying you have to follow my lead, but we're constantly fighting chaos /evil. Land your plane, please.
Yes, sir. I was just basically saying we have to stand 10 toes down.
Okay.
Protect our family. And I'm not saying in a sense of like, unite, everybody hold hands, kumbaya. I'm saying we need to cultivate the land. We have a responsibility as human beings. It doesn't have to divide. Everyone is a different shade. Everybody has different amounts of melanin, which is, there's a purpose behind that. I don't dislike anybody. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm a tattoo artist. I love tattooing fair skin. I'm not against anybody. I'm just saying when it comes down to us relying on a governing system, it keeps us in shackles. But when it comes back to, hey, you know what? We don't need a grocery store. We don't need, you know what I mean? We don't need to, if you have oranges and I have apples, hey, let's trade. Let's do what we have to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And respect each other. Let's go back to the source versus relying on a governing system. Gotcha. Because
you're against capitalism. Yes, you're against capitalism.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
To a degree.
Okay.
Yes.
I got to take other calls, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Let them speak. I want you folks to speak.
Our next story is about Iran's naval strategy. For days, we've been telling you that the Strait of Hormuz has been under threat. Ships have been attacked, seafarers have been killed, and thousands of crew have been stranded. But Iran is now adding another weapon to this war. It's called the midget submarines. They're small, silent, and very hard to detect. The idea itself is not new, though. Midget submarines have been in existence since the Second World War, but in this war, their one specific capability has brought them into the limelight. And that is laying underwater mines. Even a few mines in the Strait of Hormuz can halt shipping for days. Our next report has more.
Beneath the Strait of Hormuz, something is moving, and it isn't a tanker. The war in West Asia has already reshaped these waters. The skies have seen missiles. The surface has seen strikes. And traffic through one of the world's busiest oil routes has dropped sharply. But there is another threat now taking shape. Not in the skies or the surface, but underwater. Iran's midget submarines. They are small, quiet, and in the shallow, crowded waters of Hormuz, very difficult to find. At first glance, they do not compare to the giants of naval power. Take the United States Ohio-class submarines, for instance. These are massive, nuclear-powered, can stay submerged for months, and carry long-range missiles across oceans. Midget submarines are totally the opposite of that. They are built for short missions. They operate close to shore and rely on stealth, not scale. That difference matters in the Strait of Hormuz. This waterway is narrow. Shipping lanes are tightly packed here, and the seabed is quite shallow. That makes it difficult for large submarines to maneuver freely. For a midget submarine, those same conditions are an advantage. Iran has built its naval strategy around this geography. For years, it has studied and trained crews specifically for this environment. It operates the Ghadir-class midget submarines. These are designed for coastal operations. They can lay underwater mines, launch torpedoes, and target commercial or military vessels at close range, all while staying difficult to detect. Tehran reportedly has up to 10 Ghadir-class midget submarines. Yet the concept itself is not new. Midget submarines have been used for decades. They were deployed during the Second World War for covert attacks. The idea is simple: stay hidden, strike suddenly, and vanish before a response can be mounted. That thinking fits into Iran's broader approach. It does not aim to match the United States Navy ship for ship. Instead, it focuses on asymmetric warfare. That means using smaller, cheaper tools to challenge a stronger force, to stretch its resources, and to raise the cost of every response. This playbook is already in motion, with drones, with fast attack boats. Now it has moved underwater. Washington has targeted parts of this network, but many of these systems are decentralized. They are designed to survive. Small vessels can launch from hidden coastal points, and midget submarines remain difficult to eliminate. For the United States, this creates a new challenge. Detecting a large submarine in open water is one thing. Finding a small one in a shallow, crowded corridor is another.
Okay, that's an update in case you're not up to speed on the midget submarines that the U.S. Armed Forces are dealing with. Okay, all right. Let's go back to the phones here. Area code 951. Please watch the language. We're talking about the Jay-Z interview. Are you up to speed? 951.
Yes, I am, Star. How you doing?
Hey, Evelyn.
How you doing?
Good to hear from
Star.
you. Good to hear from you.
You know, I talked about this on Sunday. I'm going back to the war again.
Yes, come on.
Look,
Come on.
I done said we got one ship over there, all right? I don't care if it's an aircraft carrier. Get all our planes off of there. Get all our weapons off of there. Get all our men, women, tools, and everything. We could do it. Get up all off there. Leave that ship sitting right there in that log jam. And then if we got it, see, the world is looking at us. If we got it, go ahead on and give it to them. What is we waiting 5 days for? And all this boot bapping, pillow talking, and all this, that, and the other. No, no, no. Go on over there and level it. I hate to say that because it is innocent people that don't, want to really be in this war. But you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them.
Right.
when to walk away and when to run, baby. And it's time to go ahead on and give them what they asking for. They saying that Donald Trump is lying to them. They want it. They want it. They begging for it. They ain't had no talks with him. Okay. All right. You ain't had no talks with him with Donald. You say you the man you are. You put Obama and everybody else down that you could do it better than everybody else. Well, hell, at least they did go over there and do something. Now you the baddest, you say. Get on over there and be the baddest.
Let me jump in there for a second, Evelyn, and I appreciate you calling back on this particular topic. Now, did our president try to issue a threat and then he got called out and now he's pump faking? I mean, I'm just asking the question. I voted for the guy 3 times, but clearly this is a different strategy that we're now facing. I don't think America was really anticipating Iran being this ready and using this strategy. So when you say, let's go level things, leveling one thing is, okay, but now we've got to deal with thousands of other ways that they could attack us. And we've yet to see people killed here on American soil. So would that be worth the gamble to go level something, as you just said? Would it be worth the gamble?
Yes. Yes. Come on. Let me tell you why. Now, like you say, me and you is almost the same age. They showed us pictures of the way the Army leveled Germany. When they flew over, they leveled that place. It was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Do you understand that? Them people came to the edge with their hands up, men, women, and children. They ran to the Americans. They said, we don't want no more. Okay. And that's what the hell we need going on. Something just like that for them. And level it.
But Evelyn, we were not faced with drones back then. Drones that are like 20,000. Hang on. 20,000, 25,000 cheap drones that do have the capability, 24-hour drones as well that have the capability to come over here and do some real damage. We weren't faced with that in World War II. There's different opinions about how we did in Vietnam, And listen, I'm pro-America. Don't get it twisted. All the way. But at the same time, I have to be realistic. And I don't think that most Americans are prepared for a battle, here on American soil. I don't think that most Americans are prepared for that. I think that we're so spoiled to the point where, many of us would kill each other just by way of friendly fire. Go ahead.
Well, maybe so. Maybe you're right. Maybe we wouldn't do good with an invasion on our turf. Yeah. But Star, look, either you gonna do something or you gonna sit your ass down.
Okay.
Now we need to go on over there and give them what they want. Okay. If we can't pull this off right here, America might as well sit down, get in the rocking chair, and rock ourselves to sleep. Because Iran is not nothing. You can't be. And whatever you got, we got to have better than what you got.
Can I throw you a curveball, Evelyn? I appreciate talking to you. Can I throw you a curveball? You are a spiritual person, not necessarily religious, right? Spiritual? I forget.
Well, I am a religious person. I know what you're going to say.
No. Are you a Christian? You're a Christian?
Well, you know what I am.
Evelyn, I forget. I'm asking. I forget.
I'm kind of Jewish.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, well, that makes it different. Well, can I ask you a personal question with all due respect?
Yeah.
Do Jews need Jesus? Do Jews need Jesus? There's a certain way that you move when you're under the spell And here we are, moving in a way that may not necessarily be in accordance to how the Jews are moving in Israel. But do the Jews need Jesus, or is that too much of a stretch?
Orthodox Jews do not even believe what they say. Jesus was just a prophet. He is not the Messiah. So now, Zionists, yes, we believe in Jesus. And that's more of the side of Judaism that my family is from, that they do believe.
You've heard of Jews for Jesus, right? Jews.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I even watch their channel, sometimes on
So
TV.
I'm not talking crazy. I mean, I'm asking.
No, you're not.
Is it fair?
You're not talking crazy.
Is it fair to say that Israel is out of control? Out of control. Picking fights, and here we come now trying to pick up the slack, and they are showing no signs of slowing down. Come on, bombing Lebanon and other places?
Yeah, but United States, they got to come on for Israel.
Okay.
They need that money, baby.
Okay. All right.
That's the Israel is the bank.
I think we're the bank.
Israel is the bank.
Oh. We're bankrolling them. But listen, land your plane. I got to take other calls. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm landing my plane on this.
Okay.
Yes, about the women.
Oh.
I believe women can do.
Yeah.
I believe women can do anything that men can do. I've been going. Anybody that is from Long Beach, if they remember Winchester shooting range, you can go there when you was 12 years old. You couldn't wait to get 12 years old.
Yeah.
People that that their families went to gun ranges. You couldn't wait to go and shoot your daddy 30-06 and shotguns and 9mm. So yeah, women can go on in the military. I wish I would have went in the military.
Okay.
Really.
I appreciate your call, Evelyn.
And I'll land my plane on that.
Thank you so much.
God bless America, and hope we get this war under hand.
Okay. Thank you, Evelyn.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Put a 1 in the live chat for Jesus. Put a 1 in the live chat for Jesus. I'm not trolling. Some people, their center or their core is built around the mystical world of Jesus. And I have no problem with that, as long as you're not, intruding on my rights, kicking up dust. Israel's kicking up dust. Put a 1 in the live chat for Jesus before we continue. Shahid, peace. I cannot confirm that, Shahid. I was looking for that video. I don't want to, jump the gun. Guys, hold on a second. I saw something, boy, oh boy. I sent Deeds a video. Guys, is this out in Philly? Muslim brawl in Philly. Let me send this to Janet. Janet, are you awake? Holy smokes. Well, let me look in YouTube. Sit tight a second, guys. Hold on. Okay, I can't find the YouTube link. Anybody seen a video, Muslim ratchets brawl at Muslim store in Philly? I can't find that. If anybody has a link, I don't know if it was Philly. How about I put this in the live chat? If If anybody can help me. I don't think Deeds is available. You're still angry with me? You're still angry. 647. Yes? You keep calling back.
You're so
obsessed with a 61-year-old man. So you've got to get help. So you got to get help. You got to get help. You got to get
How do I got to get help?
Please turn that down in the background. Please turn that down. Jesus.
How do I got to get help?
You keep calling here saying sexual, stuff. What's wrong with you, man? Get help.
What are you talking about? This is my second time ever calling.
Turn that down.
I think you have me mixed up with someone else.
Oh, okay. Make the adjustments on your phone. Okay, make the adjustments. It's allowed echo in the background. Come on, you're killing the vibe, man.
Is this good?
No, sir. No,
is this good?
Make the adjustments, sir, or we have to get you out of here. Come on, man.
I have nothing on. I don't know what you're talking about, the echo.
Who am I speaking
and
to?
I'm not. This is my.
Who am I speaking to, sir?
My name's Ethan. This is my second time calling, so you must be mistaking me for someone else from Toronto.
Yeah, somebody keeps calling. It's got. Sir, fix the echo, or I have to get you out of here. Come on, man. Take off the headset.
What echo?
Stop. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. He's high on that shit, allegedly. That's one of my trolls. Did you guys see the link I put in the live chat? I'm not sure if this is new. It says it came out 2 days ago. Muslim ratchets brawl at Muslim store. Is that Philly? Anybody know? Is that Philly? Is that Wanda calling back? Wanda. Late night. Yes, no, maybe?
No, this is not Wanda, sir. This is a person you thought was Caucasian. I'm not a Caucasian. I just wanted to fly the plane again about the...
Wait a minute. Wait. Hang on now. Hang on. Now, you're calling back to say that you're not Caucasian. We spoke maybe 15 minutes ago?
Yes, sir. No, that's not it. I do want to have a conversation with you.
Sir,
I do talk clear.
When you call back in to clarify that you're not Caucasian, it means you're Caucasian.
I want to talk about the draft.
It's okay.
No, sir. No, I talk clear. I've had art exhibits where the curator thought that I was a Caucasian person until he seen me. But I'm like, this is
talking clear doesn't mean you're Caucasian, sir. It was your tone.
That's what I'm trying to get to you.
Enunciation. Well, no, I just asked them, and they said you're a Caucasian. And you're cosplaying. But we spoke already. I don't like to take calls twice in one night. Okay, you did great, man. Salute.
Yes, sir.
We got him, kids. Calling in to clarify. Oh my good. Hey, on the screen, www.orionskies.com. That's one of my sponsors. Please go there. Tell them I sent you. That's a great company that does custom drone shows. If you've got some type of celebration, a party, if you've just got a bunch of friends and you're out and you want to, do something very unique and nice, www.orionskies.com. Tell them Star sent you. Okay. Okay, here's my. Okay, are you my stalker calling from a different number from earlier?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for right now. What do you want to start, sir? We're talking about the Jay-Z interview. Did you see it? Area code 365.
Yeah, I did see the Jay-Z interview, but honestly, I think he came before the interview, gave a bunch of questions he didn't want to ask. Like I hear some people say the Epstein thing.
Can you fix the echo in the background, sir? Please fix the echo so we can hear
Okay, let me turn down the TV. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, so The Epstein thing was back in 2019. They had a bunch of people call in. I think it was just some wacko that put him in there. Like Pusha T. Come on, Pusha T and Epstein. You really think that?
You're asking me? You're asking me?
Yeah. Because Pusha T and Jay-Z were both mentioned.
I'm listening. Come on.
And I don't even think Jay-Z was messing around with Epstein, and definitely not Pusha T. I don't think he was on that level, especially back where they're saying 2008. Like,
can I jump in? Can I jump in?
Yeah, jump in. It's your show, brother.
Please don't call me brother, sir. Please don't do that. That offends me. Epstein, we've already come to the conclusion, most of us, that he was a two-bit con man. Very, very conniving. He had an understanding of human nature and how to manipulate people. Can we agree on that?
Of course.
So I don't put it past Epstein to target young black males who are not just of notoriety, but they have access to different things that he could benefit by way of Epstein. And I don't know Jay-Z's sexual desires or what have you, but didn't he go on record and say that he cheated on Beyonce for quite some time? Didn't Jay-Z admit to that?
I think so. And I think that was earlier when they brought up the elevator thing.
No, hang on. Never mind the little scuffle with Solange. I'm talking about let me look in the live chat. Guys, Jay-Z has admitted, right, to cheating on Beyonce, and that's what that whole Becky with the good hair song on the Lemonade album, I forget. So it's not too far-fetched.
Yeah.
Hang on. It's not too far-fetched if you ask me for a Pusha T and Epstein and Jay-Z to have once been in cahoots. Hell, he was having lunches and dinners with Bill Gates on a consistent basis. Back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bill Gates having to put what do you call it, drugs in his wife's.
Easy. I have no proof of that. Easy. But what I'm talking.
Okay. I won't go.
Just responding to what you're saying about Jay-Z and Pusha T that they didn't get close. Go ahead. You were saying. Go ahead.
But can I move on to the women in the draft?
Should women register here in America for selective service? That's the question. Go ahead.
Yes, I do think, but I don't think like frontline. I think like my grandma during World War II, she directed planes, right? And I like that video that you shown, like that the first little blonde white girl, like she wouldn't be able to carry the bag and all them weapons. She would fall right over. And a lot of veterans say they don't even want women fighting beside them. It would be a distraction. So, like, there's plenty of jobs, cooking, cleaning the clothes, maybe doing some intelligence stuff.
Can I jump in? Stay with me. Stay with me. You mentioned your grandmother during wartime. She more than likely, and I say this with all due respect, was on some type of assembly line. So she contributed.
No. She was directing planes. Directing planes, like we're telling them where to land, where to fly off. Like that's what she did.
Okay. Let me just say this now with regards to today's woman, whether she be black, white, Hispanic, what have you. I think that they are ready, number one. There's many videos out there with them saying, yes, I'll sign up. And I also, at the same time, think we've got a lot of simps. I'm not calling you a simp, but, no, they don't need to be on the front lines. They want to be on the front lines, sir. They want to be there. And to some degree, I think they have more of a nature, a killing nature over some men. Yes, no?
Yeah, some of them, but in a jealousy way.
Okay.
But yeah, they want to be on the front lines until it goes down. Like,
says who, sir? Can you give me some type of source to what you're saying? Because I can give you a source to say that, there's many different ethnic groups of females who have killed their kids, killed their husbands, killed their boyfriends, and they don't give a fuck. What's your
and
source?
that's just some wacko shit. Though I'm crazy.
Please watch the language, sir. I have to get you out of here. Leave the cursing to me.
I apologize.
Okay.
But like for the Rangers, they got a woman in, but they had to lower the standards. If the women can meet the standards, okay, then let them in. But if we have to lower our standards, no, I don't think they should be on the front line.
Are you American, sir? Or are you calling from Canada? Who am I speaking to?
I'm calling from Canada.
Okay. Did Canada and America lower their standards when they let the blacks in to join the armed forces?
No, they didn't lower their standards, but
according to them, they were lowering their standards.
First, they had segregation.
Sir, according to them, they were lowering their standards.
I don't think so, because
sir, I'm telling you what the militaries said. According to them,
okay, yeah, but that's true. But they may have said that, but a lot of black veterans, they put in work. You can't deny that. You can't give that. You can't take that away from them. And especially.
And I want to see Mammy with the AR-15 getting busy like I know she can do. Please land your plane, sir. Please land your plane.
Yeah, just have a good show, bro.
Let's get him out of here. Stop with that brother shit, man. Come on now. Knock that shit off. I don't mind you calling and talking. Call me brother. Hey, Ollie, I got your donation. She says, love the topics tonight. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. I think Mammy with a goddamn 40 cal gun on the battlefield would be something to deal with. Can I get a amen in the live chat? Can you imagine? You try to come around a corner, you can't load your motherfucking gun in time, and here comes Mammy with the 40 cal. Oh, here you is. Pow! Do you think she would hesitate, or would she shoot you right in your fucking neck? Oh, here you go. Pow! In the back of the head. You scrambling. You on the ground scrambling. And she just keeps shooting your dumb ass in your back. Oh, there you are. Thank you for your email earlier. Hey, Janet, what's cracking? What's shaking?
Hey, Star, how are you?
I went to the doctor yesterday. Well, today's Wednesday now. On Monday. God damn it, I'm healthy. Shit.
Everything came back good, right?
I'm pissed off. I should be almost out of here. I was hoping they were going to say, we got some bad news. But anyway, what's going on?
No.
What's going on?
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Well, I was calling about the draft and women.
Should women register for selective service?
Yes.
Register.
Yes, since they got rid of the DEI and they say we're all even, so yes, that should have been part of it. Automatically, that should have been part of it.
Come on.
You know, so and as far as women being in the military, let me tell you something. Them girls in the military are tough. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you got some Rambos in the military, some, you know, huff and puff and corn-fed guys, but them ladies in there, they do not play. They'll put you down quicker. They'll put you down quicker than a man will. I'm telling you the truth. They will. They will put you down, and you will stay down. And you will stay down. And that's, you know, that's all I have to say about it.
No, stay with me now. You and I are from a different era. You and I both have seen men talk about, I love my kids. I'm fighting for my kids. I want to be there, right? I want to be there as a father. She won't let me see the kids. And then you got some women that will outright say, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids. Take them to your mama. Take them kids to your mama. I'm going out with the girls. I go, fuck about them goddamn kids. I didn't push out these babies to stay home while you out here running amok, right?
Yeah, but you know, if there was anything like my mother used to drop us off at our father's and just be gone. When they got divorced, well, I was with my father every weekend. And then sometimes in the summer, the whole damn summer. So, you know, that's what it was, you know? So, yeah. So, and with these meteorites, I don't know, Star, I'm starting to get nervous. They keep saying more and more. Now they got this humming going on in certain towns, and they don't know where this vibration and humming is coming from. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. It's kind of like when we have.
Hang on, Janet. Now, Janet, is that the Messiah returning? Seriously.
Somebody tried to send a message. Somebody is trying to tell us something, and we better take heed because remember, I think it was last summer we had the drones, and before that we had those balloons, those air balloons flying everywhere. Now we got these meteorites. Something is going on, and somebody ain't saying it. Something is going on because too many coincidences. I mean, like how we going to have drones everywhere? And then we have all these balloons, and now we have meteorite stuff flying through the sky, all green and whatever. And ain't nobody questioning any.
Janet, can I jump in with all due respect? I know you and I have spoken about this in the past. I'm not trying to, pin you against the wall, but do you subscribe to Jesus returning?
Well, yes. I mean, like he's going to return.
What would that look like? Janet, what would that look like? Please explain to a non-believer like myself and other people, what would that look like? Jesus returning.
Well, I think he never left. But if we're going to talk about the revelations and all that.
Yeah, I was about to say, stick to the book. Don't try and give me your interpretation of the word. It's the word. The word. Right?
Yeah, and the word was with
what does the word say about the Messiah returning? I'm not trying to squeeze you, but come on now. What does the word say?
No, when they say them seals break and you got them 4 horsemen and all this other stuff, that's what they say is going to happen. But, when he break those seals, we all see the movies, we all see the cartoons and read the book. I don't know. But my Bible tell me when it's, he's in the midst, when there's more than, 2 or 3 among you, he's in the midst. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Only thing I know is a lot of strange things been happening, and we all keep getting these same explanations, and nobody is questioning what is going on. You have towns right now. It's all over the social media. They got the towns are vibrating. They're getting humming noise. Ain't nobody saying anything. Nobody is questioning what is going on. And then you have today, the Army just say, hey, you know what? We're going to lift the age to 42. You can be 42. And if you got a criminal record of smoking weed, that's okay. You can still come on in. Now, you guys still got people in jail for smoking weed. Now they say, no, we just, we're going to overlook that. They just said that today. And nobody is not. uplifted.
Janet, I appreciate you, but you didn't answer the question. What does the word say about the return of Jesus? I'm not trying to clown you.
I don't know. The storm in my bed is like almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I can't give you verbatim what the word says.
Well,
you can tell me you was the street preacher.
No.
You know.
No. You said you know your Bible. Your Bible. What does your Bible say? But I'm saying that these meteors could be a sign, a prophecy.
It could be.
Okay.
It could be, but I can't sit here and tell you word for word. You know, I had that brain injury. I don't know if my memory be coming and going, but I do know that something is wrong, and I wish somebody would talk about it and explain what's happening.
All right.
I don't know what's happening. You got stuff falling out of the damn sky. Come on, streaking across the sky. You got towns vibrating. You got drones in the air last year.
If I was still a believer, I would say that it's a sign from the Father. If I was still a believer,
I don't know. Or a good ops. I don't know. Somebody got to explain something to us.
Okay, Janet, I'm gonna take another break. I appreciate you. Thank you for the emails earlier. I tried to respond to the other one, but I got them. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
so
right.
much.
Night.
Okay. 954. Good morning. Late night. We're talking about the Jay-Z interview. Did you see it? 954.
Hey. Good evening, Star. How's my audio sounding?
You're good, sir. Where do you want to start?
Excellent. Specifically, so I'm from. I was born in Miami. I really did want to talk about the unfortunate circumstance that happened with the minors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's because they're so young. It's unfortunate, and it's a sad, distraughtful experience that happened. It's like how do you even like handle it or even talk about it? But Overtown is in Miami.
Okay.
It's right next to Wynwood, actually. Wynwood, got built up a few years back. So, people call it gentrification or whatever have you. And, but I think these kids are so young. First of all, shouts out and respects to
Well, hang on a second. So we don't do shout outs, but let me ask you this. We don't do shout outs.
My bad.
I'm kind of caught off guard about why they're putting their faces out there like that. Usually in most states, by way of the media, they don't put minors' faces, out there for public viewing. Do they do that, in that area or parts of Florida? I was thrown off by that.
I was thrown off by that as well. I mean, growing up, if there's minors, like you never saw their faces. There's like a little avatar on the news and stuff like that. So that was weird. It's a heinous crime, but these kids are like 12 years old.
Yeah.
So I was very thrown off with that. I'm not familiar with that going on, but do you think it would be like racially motivated or?
I have no knowledge of anything. I don't even know what color or lack thereof the alleged victim is. Do you know?
I mean, they're all from Overtown. That's a predominantly black neighborhood.
Okay.
That's what I would.
But you're not sure.
Yeah.
She may have been Caucasian or Hispanic. I don't know.
Perhaps.
If you don't know, just say I don't know.
Okay to guess.
Just say I don't know. Just say you don't know.
I don't know. I'm just going off of my frame of reference.
Do you think that there's a chance that she's not a black girl? That's the reason why they're showing these little black boys' faces. Again, I've been doing news for a lot of years in journalism, and you don't put little minors' faces out there, especially if they have not been convicted. And we're talking 12 and 14, and that just seems odd. But go ahead and land your plane. I'm just, I'm talking about it, but at the same time, I want to be very, very sensitive. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is very delicate. I'll land my plane here. I did see the Jay-Z interview.
Okay.
I think he had some points about hip hop and his 5 pillars and stuff like that, and battle rap going away. Well, I thought it was a little weird. We like the LL Cool J versus Cannabis. We like the Nas versus him. But I'll land my plane here, just on where I started.
All right, thank you.
What do you? So what do we do about the kids? Do we rehab them? They're kids.
I have no idea, so I don't want to say.
Worse?
I don't want to say until there's a trial. But keep me posted, please. Thank you.
Absolutely will.
Hey, is that my guy tapping in area code 202?
What's going on, Star? How are you?
Aaron, how are you, man? It's been a while. What's new with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. I saw parts of the Jay-Z interview just when he was talking about the best artist ever to exist in the history of music. Yeah. And then he said, "Oh, I'm Jay-Z." Like that's supposed to mean something. I don't understand the allure of Jay-Z. I've never gotten it. I find his music to be horrible. I find him individually to be a lame. And I just think he only has sway in New York and on the East Coast. I think that Jay
said swag, swag or sway?
Sway. I think he only has sway on northeast of the Mason-Dixon. His music is terrible. His style is terrible. Everything. I never got Jay-Z. Even like as somebody, I'm not the biggest fan of New York, but I always thought like DMX was better than him. At that point, I thought that 50 Cent had a better. I never got the Jay-Z hype. I just never got it. Okay. You know, he reminds me of the Bryant Gumbel of rap, or like Ben Stein of rap.
Okay.
His music puts me to sleep. So, and I don't understand this like leadership position he's always taken, like somebody listens to him. And, you know, I just think he's a guy full of publicity stunts. And I feel like I never liked his music. I just don't.
Can I jump in, Aaron? Can I jump in?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can appreciate everything you've said. You know, and this is not to cape for him or to, you know, take his side, but he's a very smart guy, got it out the mud. And, you know, he patiently waited, played his position behind Jazz O. And, you know, he found his lane. I respect that. A lot of people respect that. And, you know, at a time when New York needed someone, you know, because New York lost Biggie, hip hop lost Tupac, and others who just could not take the New York or the Brooklyn mantle, pardon me, take the Brooklyn mantle and bring it home. Now, there's a lot of guys who came out of Brooklyn, but they could not cross over, so to speak. So business-wise, he put it down. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I'll even say he's a nice guy. Maybe that's me being a little biased. Nice guy, pleasant demeanor. Used to come up to the radio station by himself. He didn't need a team or, you know, 5 or 6 goons. He came by himself. Now, whether he had the tool on him or not, I'm not going to say that. But, you know, he got it out the mud, man. So here he is now. He has lasted the test of time. And the interview or the discussion bothered you? It bothered you?
I think his moves with Drake bother me. I think that he's all of his stuff has bothered me. You know what I mean? When he claimed, like I think I was in middle school when he claimed, yeah, I'm going to retire, and then he didn't retire. Like, yeah, you should have retired and stayed retired.
They all do that.
Like, nope.
They all say, I'm quitting. They all say that.
Yeah, because he was going to retire because 50 Cent was kicking his back end. I never knew. You said that he took up the mantle. I don't ever remember him being the best in New York. I remember DMX being better than him. I remember 50 Cent after DMX, and then it kind of went to like 50 Cent. And then after that, New York started to kind of crumble a little bit with like the rise of like Jeezy and T.I. And I remember Kanye West saving him and saving his career. I do remember that.
If I can jump
but
in.
I never...
Jump in. I said the Brooklyn mantle. I corrected myself.
Oh, okay.
Brooklyn needed a hero with the tragic end of Notorious B.I.G. Now you had other people getting it in Brooklyn. Oh, salute to M.O.P. Mash Out Posse. You know, but Jay found his lane, and Jay, you know, he put other people on. Say what you want about him. He put other people on. He gave life to a lot of people outside of New York. That's commendable. That's commendable because there have been rappers, and I'm not going to say any names, some of the pioneers who never put anybody on. Jay-Z put people on. Now, for those who don't know, you are a huge Drake supporter, fan. What would you call yourself? I forget.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, I'm a Drake fan. I think Drake is the best artist. I mean, Drake is what Jay-Z wanted to be. I mean, Drake still has these numbers. Drake is set for his biggest year ever, and he hasn't dropped an album in 2 years. And that's power right there. For you to be attacked constantly and you're still number one in streaming. And so the industry had a problem with this guy, right? Jay-Z was one of the people that had an issue with him because he decided to go with Apple Music and not Tidal. Right. And I do think that there was some, it's merely speculation. I think that there was some, everybody did whatever they could to platform this attack against Drake. And the fact now that this guy is still number one and he's posed for his biggest year without even releasing an album is just crazy to me. His music is, Jay-Z may be great at being a mascot, right? Because that's what Jay-Z is. He's a mascot, right? You know, the same way he finessed Colin Kaepernick to get these Super Bowl deals or whatever, right? He may be a good he may be a good mascot or whatever, right? For the people in the corporate offices. But when it comes to making actual music, I don't like his music. I frankly don't. I find everything that I like with him that I have like on my playlist has him and somebody else on it. Okay. But, you know, I just don't, you know, that he's got this concert at Yankee Stadium. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's going to be full of 50-year-old Italian white men going to that. I guarantee you nobody.
Aaron, can I jump in?
Going to be on. Go ahead.
Again, I respect your opinion. And I want to ask you about the showrunner before you go. In the borough of Brooklyn, the entire borough, for years, we used to say, respect the jokes. Respect the jokes. Now, Jay-Z, again, put people on. At the same time, has he rolled over people? Absolutely. It's just business. It's nothing personal. Dame Dash is out here, you know, I'm not going to kick dirt on Dame, but, you know, he didn't keep up with the Jay's business model. Rolled over him.
Yeah.
Respect the joke. So everything you're saying, I hear you. But you're not from New York. You're from Kansas City, Missouri, yes?
That's correct.
Okay. You're not supposed to understand Jay-Z's style and you know and the business model of a Brooklyn cutthroat, backstabbing, conniving guy. Respect the jokes. That's all I want to say. You can either finish up on Jay-Z, but I also want to ask you about my showrunner. Congress has always been, over the decades, going back and forth with making women register for selective service. Where do you want to finish up at here?
I think that we should have a draft of all, since women want to go to the gym so much today and take pictures of themselves in these little tights they wear to the gym. I think that all women, I think we should have a draft. All women should be put in the front lines of, since Iran's already tapping us anyway.
Okay.
All women should be sent to Iran. And like, in order to take Carg Island, I think that, I mean, women are so strong, right? So this is women's time to step up and take back the Strait of Hormuz, right? You know, since they're so strong today, I think all women should be put on the front lines. And, you know, I was eating today and I saw the WNBA and I saw that there's Paige Bookers and her beautiful light-skinned girlfriend. Okay. We need equality, okay? We need equality, and it is time for women to make up the amount of casualties that men have sustained in war. So I'm for that. I'm all for putting women on the front lines. Okay. put them in the Strait of Hormuz and let them go find those mines down there. So I support this. I really do. So that's the one draft I would definitely support. And men should just be able to, stay at home and, reap the benefits of this.
I appreciate you, man. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. All right.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right, bye.
Aaron tapping in. He goes hard in the paint. Oh, wait a minute. My number one news correspondent. No, hold on a second. Hold on. My number one news correspondent and political commentator, Gene Richmond, a.k.a. number 9. Are you there?
Yeah. And I'm also the political cult of personality, the shaman of modern day forthcoming and forward-thinking ideology.
Yes,
I like that moniker as well.
If you can email or text that to me, I'll make sure I put a little post-it note right here when I give you your intro.
Thank you, please. Thank you. I mean, I got to sit here and listen to elders whose caregivers put them to bed, and they still call in intoxicated. I don't know.
What's going on, man?
Okay. Yeah, great. I just want to say I think Jay-Z is the GOAT, is the greatest of all time in the rap hip hop vein.
Come on.
He's gearing up to sell out Yankee Stadium. I mean, these tickets are going to go for thousands of dollars. It's like the Super Bowl of hip hop in New York City, and people are going to fly from all over the world to come in to see 2-night performances of his classic albums.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, well, again, I'm 44 years old. Jay-Z means something a lot different to me because I'm from Connecticut, and New York hip hop was profound in the Connecticut area, the New York tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, on the East Coast. And Jay-Z, hands down, was the man from 95 on.
Yeah.
And he dominated New York radio from the mid-90s all the way up to the early 2000s and beyond. And dominated the airwaves, dominated MTV, dominated BET as far as hip-hop and rap was concerned. He was the man. And that showed throughout the land beyond New York. So again, I'm from that era where his music was impactful.
Right.
There was one point Jay-Z was being played. You had 6 or 7 Jay-Z songs in rotation in the early 2000s. Blueprint, one of the most significant albums of that era. Hard Knock Life. You can go on and on. So his value in that music genre for that time, his stake was high. I mean, he transcended people like LL Cool J. He transcended the Biggies. He transcended DMX. He transcended Ja Rule. We can go on and on and on. Nobody was bigger than him in the late 90s and early 2000s in rap music. It just didn't exist. So it makes sense for him to, at this point, to take the position that he's taken. He's lasted the test of time. He sold more records than most of the rappers that came out in that era and that are here today. I mean, I don't agree with the guys. He's made some political statements that obviously I don't align with, and some social commentary, but people have their own opinions. That's neither here.
Hang on a second. Number 9, I hate to interrupt, but Aaron wants to know, can he debate you? Aaron, who just got off the line?
Sure.
Aaron, call back as long as we are not going too far off the rails. Let me say this for those who don't know. Ohio Players, one of my top 5 greatest bands of all time. I saw them in concert twice in my lifetime. And all of their albums, at one point I had all of their albums, even the stuff that they put out off of Westbound Records. When Jay-Z put out Brooklyn's Finest with Notorious B.I.G., and they sampled Ecstasy from the Ohio Players from their 1973 track, I said, oh, shit, this is fire. This is fire. I just wanted to say all that because the Ohio Players have always been very, very dear to me. So hold on a second. Aaron wants to debate you. Aaron, are you back?
Hello?
Are you there? Aaron, you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. As long as we're not, using a lot of profanity and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
You want to say something
Yeah.
to Gene Richmond?
So Jay-Z was not the top selling artist of the late 90s. DMX actually outsold Jay-Z. Lauryn Hill outsold Jay-Z. Like, I mean, you know, where are you getting that Jay-Z is the top artist? I understand in New York, but the late 90s, that's incorrect.
Well, I said that because Jay-Z was one of the guys that changed the course of hip-hop music for that time. Now, there's certain blocks of the 90s. You have the mid-90s, you have the late 90s, you have the early 2000s, but maybe in certain demographics, he didn't sell to that capacity. But what I'm saying is, at that time, he was one of the highest sellers in hip-hop music in the late 90s and early 2000s. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
So, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I see that Hard Knock Life in 98 sold 5 million, but DMX released it, It's Dark and Hell is Hot the same year. It outsold Jay-Z. Diddy outsold Jay-Z.
And that was just one album, right? And that was just one album.
But that was Jay-Z's highest selling album of the late 90s was Hard Knock Life. So
Okay,
like I said, I don't.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't get the. If it's late 90s, DMX was and I'm a little kid at this point, but like Kansas, I don't know, Kansas City's different from New York. DMX was annihilating Jay-Z. So like where. Yeah,
Well,
where,
DMX
and then when you get to the early 2000s, you got Ja Rule outselling him. And 50 Cent.
Well, DMX and Jay-Z, you know, those guys were competing neck and neck. DMX, I will say, was a top seller at that time, but he didn't last the test of time like Jay-Z did. Yes, DMX's album, I want to say the second album did just as well as the first album that DMX put out. Yeah, DMX, I remember it vividly. DMX was a top earner and a top seller, but I think Jay-Z outlasted DMX. He outlasted Ja Rule in regards to the test of time at that time in New York, as far as performances, as far as the music that he was being put out, and as far as the notoriety that he was getting.
Yeah, does Jay-Z have a Diamond album? I think because when you get to the early 2000s, that's when My Region comes in. That's when Nelly was outselling Jay-Z. So like, when did Jay-Z? The argument I've heard about Jay-Z, I've heard longevity, right? People make the longevity argument, but Jay-Z was never number one. I don't ever remember Jay-Z like, because late 90s, DMX, Lauryn Hill, Juvenile was close, but I think he outsold them. Early 2000s, you get Nelly, you get 50 Cent, you get Eminem, and that's all. They're all selling more. So like, I don't get like I said, I've never gotten the Jay-Z hype. And then the Blueprint, which I said, I think that was Beef and Kanye, but I mean, like I said, respect the jokes. I think that's what Star says. I'm not gonna make any excuses, but I don't ever remember Jay-Z being dominant. I just don't.
Can I jump in a second, guys? Can I jump in?
Yeah.
I think both of you have great points. I'm not taking sides, but in New York, the mecca of hip hop for decades, there were certain groups that were dear to the tri-state that never went platinum, that never sold what Vanilla Ice sold, but their crucial impact, their message, if you will, sometimes concept and execution is far more important than how much they sold. Can we both agree on that?
Yeah.
Of course, there was a cultural impact. I mean, again, you mentioned DMX.
If I can just also say this, and I'll go back to you guys. One of my favorite groups, Third Base. Third Base. Did they go platinum or double platinum? I don't think even still till this day, but New York swag, total New York swag, Third Base. But they didn't outsell some of the groups at that particular time. So I just wanted to say that. Number 9, back to you, and then we'll let Aaron go, and then I got to get back to the show, guys. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I think Jay-Z was just in a different caliber at that time than those artists. Jay-Z was around at that time, and those artists were selling. I mean, again, DMX was profound in the late 90s, early 2000s, as well as Ja Rule. But I think as far as New York was concerned, Jay-Z was just a lot more impactful in regards to the direction of the way hip-hop was going. Then you had 50 Cent that came in and kept New York alive for a few more years. But I think Jay-Z maintained a consistent level of notoriety in regards to the music that he was putting out, in regards to the visibility and where the New York hip hop was going at that time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I understand from a regional perspective. I mean, like I said, I just don't necessarily get it from my end. When I think of the New York greats, Jay-Z is not on my list. Fabulous, Jadakiss. If we're talking about people that may not have sold as much, Fabulous, Jadakiss, Nas is on there, 50 Cent's on there, and DMX. Like Jay-Z is kind of at the bottom, and Ja Rule as well, because I still remember in terms of Respect the Jooks, like Jay-Z stole that song, like from Ja Rule. Well, I don't know. That's what I remember, right? I just feel like Jay-Z's just all gimmicks.
It's hip hop. Everybody steals. Everybody steals it.
Yeah. You're right. But I feel like, I don't know. I just don't get the Jay-Z hype. But like I said, I'm not in New York, so I just don't know if that's what it is.
I mean, Nas is a better MC than Jay-Z, but I think Jay-Z just had more traction than Nas did. So I think it was where he was at that time, who he became, and the tide that he turned in New York at that time. Like Thar said, Brooklyn needed a quarterback. Oh, yeah. They needed a figurehead, and Jay-Z was that guy.
All right.
I get it.
Guys, I got to go. Aaron, thank you. Hold on.
All right,
Number 9, stay there. Aaron, thank you so much.
All right.
Okay. Number 9. I sent you an email. I might play that video. If not tonight, then another night. Did you know about that little island off the coast of Haiti? Did you watch that or no? You didn't get time?
I did watch it, but those Haitians are living in shanty houses on a little island that looks like a dungeon. I want nothing to do with that. I'm living in this great nation that was founded by Hamilton, Washington, Jackson, Jefferson, the founding fathers that founded this great nation, to allow someone like me to civically inherit its greatness. Those Haitians can have that little island.
I forget the name of that island. Did you catch it or? If not, don't worry.
I think it was called Conch Island or Seafood Island. I don't remember.
You know what I noticed? All of the men looked like they were in shape. I didn't see any obese men. But that's another story.
Well, they have to be. They have to be in shape. They're dodging all kinds of Haitian gangs, and they have to swim for everything and catch the fish. They have no choice but to be in shape. They can't go to McDonald's or Wendy's.
Right.
McDonald's or Wendy's.
All right, listen, man, I got to go. Good to talk to you.
All right, thank you.
Gene Richmond. Good discussion. I want to thank both of them, Aaron and Number 9, for keeping it civil, the discussion about Jay-Z's interview. All right. Guys, hang on a second. I want to take a few more calls here. I'm just about done with my notes. Sir Shy, I got your Cash App. Thank you so much. Okay, he's saying something pretty graphic. Thank you, Sir Shy, for your donation. Hey, Sir Shy, did you ever get unblocked? I've asked you before if you want to send me an email. Hold on a second. Are you able to get into the live chat? If not, send me an email or your platform, whatever. Your donation is appreciated. Janet, I got an email from you. What's going on? Top 5 selling. Okay. What is this, Janet? Okay. I can't play that right now. Is Jay-Z in there, Janet? Thank you so much. Area code 312. Good morning. Please watch the language. We're talking about the Jay-Z interview that came out yesterday. Are you there? 312.
Yeah, I'm here. I was just listening to a lot of commentary from the guys, and I'm like, how did they miss Jay-Z being prolific in the late 90s and early 2000s? Like, that's when he came out with the Rockefeller crew and everything like that. So it's just really crazy to me how, he wasn't really, taking this lawsuit serious. Now it seems like he's speaking on it when he was like, oh, he's not going to address it as far as, any money and what would that do to his kids if he, paid money for something he didn't do. And now, he's giving all this commentary about it. So I'm just going to see how far this goes.
Okay. Are you from the New York tri-state?
No, I'm from Chicago area.
Okay. Well, to some degree, he's trying to control the narrative. And, that's what a lot of people do once they reach a certain status, right? They try and control the narrative. And, I'm not going to deal with all that little stuff, y'all go ahead and deal with that, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Yeah. When's the last time Beyonce did an interview? I don't know. Does she do interviews?
I don't think she really does interviews. I don't think she wants anyone to ask about, her son and things of that sort. So I think she's basically avoiding interviews. She definitely don't want no questions about Jay-Z. So she's just going to use the kids and work as her excuse and try to stay out of it.
Maybe it's not an excuse. Maybe it's just a reality. If it doesn't benefit me, I don't want to keep answering the same questions about stuff that, if you don't believe it by now, well, then go with the lie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I still got questions about Grammy night, Rihanna and Chris Brown. So,
damn, girl. Damn.
Yeah, I don't forget nothing. I always keep that stuff in the back of my mind. I still want to know what happened that day,
But now, hang on a second. If she did answer what you just referenced, would you then say, well, that ain't what I heard?
It really depends on what her answer is. If she's, not being transparent, and I think she's, just trying to, control what's being said or avoid what's being said, then I'm going to be like, she full of shit, And then
I need you to watch the language, please. Need to watch the language.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes that's where they are. Listen, I've interviewed so many A-listers, B-listers, and C-listers. And, sometimes they say, well, how long do I have to keep answering the same questions? And again, especially in the urban world, oh my goodness, you can respond and say something and they will still say, well, that ain't what I heard.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, once a person has their mind made up about a certain thing, like it's hard to change their mind, even with an explanation.
Well, listen, before you go, I appreciate the call. I was asking the question earlier with regards to women. Should women register for selective service? Can I get your thoughts on that?
Well, having cousins that have served, being a granddaughter of my grandfather who was 761st Tank Infantry under General Patton, I think yes.
Okay.
It's always something we can do, as we've seen in World War II. Even if it's just nursing and making the meals, is something that we can do. And men have to apply when they want, college loans. So I think it should be even across the board.
You're proving my theory along with other females. It's a different day and time now. And I think across the board, everybody should be eligible for selective service and ready for that draft if need be.
I have a friend who retired from the military, and she flew fighter jets. And, in elementary school, you would never think that she would grow up to do that. But yeah.
Can I ask how old are you?
Yeah.
Your generation?
I am 53.
Okay. So you've seen things like me, right?
I've seen a whole lot.
Is it fair to say that more male police officers are pussy on the trigger? Because a female will shoot you quick. Shoot you. Is it fair to say that more males are, in your opinion, I don't know the data, but I'm sure there is data, more males are pussy on the trigger?
That male officers are faster on the trigger than female officers?
No. Pussy on the trigger. If I'm
or the other way around.
If I'm talking to a female cop, I go a little bit more cautious than I would with a male cop, because in the back of my mind, I'm saying this bitch will shoot me. This is a bitch who bleeds every 30 days, and she might be on the rag now. Do you understand what I'm asking you?
Yeah, I do. And my response to that is, you know, when we look at all of the horrific events as far as, you know, the unaliving of civilians when the police come, you see more men than women involved in those unaliving. So I don't understand, like, as far as the data, which may be different from what we see in the news media, but just looking at the news media, I would think that men officers are more apt to unalive someone on the scene than a female officer, just from what I see on the news.
Okay. Well, by way of human nature, we have insects and praying mantis, right? The female praying mantis, she will chew off the head of the male after a copulation, right? Have sex, climax, and then chew his head off, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's very important that we don't confuse other species with the human species. We are totally more involved in that.
It's a female nonetheless, but I thank you for your call, darling. Have a wonderful night.
Okay, good night.
Thank you. Yeah, imagine having sex with a female. You hit the bottom. You rip it out the frame. You find the G spot. She hits a climax, and then grabs a knife, stabs you in the neck. Sheesh. Peace, the most high. Is that you, sir, tapping in? Late night, the most high.
Star, peace.
Peace, how are you, man? What's cracking?
Everything good. I just want to speak on the Jay-Z topic real quick.
Please, you saw some of the interview. We played it in its entirety earlier.
Nah, I had the wherewithal and intestinal fortitude to actually sit through the whole interview. So, yeah, man. So, salute to me for doing that. But anyway, because it wasn't as flowing. It wasn't as, when they started doing those cutaways of him, like and doing still photos or a little outside of the question, the Q&A or whatever. I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, y'all doing too much. For real. Y'all doing a little bit too much. And, you know, of course, but then again, let's be realistic. The type of questioning that people would have liked to have seen, you weren't gonna see that on that platform at this particular time. That definitely wasn't gonna happen. That literally was, like how you said a little while ago, to control the narrative, which you can't be mad at that, because if he is innocent, you're supposed to do that, right? And then on top of that, it was a soft promo for, you know, publicity for this concert that's coming out, and maybe a project or two that he might drop later on this year or something like that. So that's the way I look at it. I don't think any kind of in-depth 60-minute style, or, you know, I don't know who you would cite other than yourself, let's say, you know, No Glaze or whatever, but I don't know who you would cite that would ask him the type of questions that would bring the answers that everybody would be looking for. So, you know, that particular guy, I never heard of him, and GQ is not really going to be doing those type of expose interviews to bring attention to themselves. They seem to have a brand. They seem to have like an energy level that they're not going to exceed. They're going to stay on a certain level in terms of they want to be inviting to celebrity celebrity clientele, people that are going to feature on the magazine, within the magazine or whatever the case.
Is it still a magazine? I mean, I'll Google it, but I haven't seen a GQ magazine in quite some time. Is it still a magazine?
Oh, I don't even know. Like there's hardly newsstands anymore in the city, believe it or not. So I don't even know if it's still functioning as like a physical book magazine or whatever the case is. So I don't know. But like I said, like he said some things that I didn't agree with in terms of the battling, but I kind of get why he said that, because the last round of battles, like I said a couple weeks ago, was kind of corny. The songs were corny to me. There was no Ethan, no T.I., 50 Cent, battle to me. There was no takeover type quality song. There was no They Ain't Like Us top quality song. Guys were getting at each other, but it was all weak. Like it was lackluster. And then what ends up happening is it kind of gets too personal, and then Negroes don't know how to act a lot of times. And then, people start getting locked up, entourages start shooting, stabbing, cutting, getting into ridiculousness or whatever the case is. So it is kind of like played out too. So I could see his argument in terms of that right there. But
if I can jump in for a second, the Most High, according to AI Overview, yes, GQ magazine is still in print. It only puts out 6 print issues per year, down from 8 or 11 previous years. So it's still, does he own stock in GQ? I don't know. But let's go back for a second. Let's go back for a second. To be fair, when you're in the camera eye, or the fisheye lens, as they used to say for all those years and decades, you want the audience to some degree to grow up. I've given you all of the grimy hood project stuff that I felt I needed to give you, but now I need you to grow up. I need you to grow up.
Facts.
I need you to come get an understanding of what it is to be a real international player. What was he saying about doing something for the culture when it came to the New York or the Brooklyn Nets? He was talking about everybody eating or something, and it just, he was saying the right stuff. So do you think that the audience needs to grow up? Never mind what I said 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yes, I battled with Nas. Yes, and this and that, and something on the back of the back seat next to the baby, whatever that was. But I need you to
It's super ugly.
But I need you to grow up now. Would he be wrong to be there mentally?
Nah, and actually, Star, I agree wholeheartedly. And, people say, well, he's a billionaire. What could he possibly talk about? Well, that's what being a great MC, a great writer, and a great artist is. You should be able to conceptualize your life and where you at right now and make it sound good if you as great as everybody thinks you are, or as you're touted to be, or as you believe yourself to be. So you should be able to talk about fatherhood, entrepreneurial, being entrepreneurship. Yeah. You should be able to talk about whatever is relevant in your life that, that could be beneficial, or you could make sound good. That's what artistry truly is. And if he or anybody else is as great or as good as they say they are, they should be able to let their lyricism and their writing and their creativity reflect who they are. And, hip hop, the more I learn about hip hop, I don't feel like it can be the best music based upon what you can do lyrically with the detail and so on and so forth. But not everybody, especially not nowadays, is into lyricism and telling a story, whether it be in a technical manner, whether it be, expanding your vocabulary, experimenting with styles. That's not really happening the way it used to. So if he could bring that element back, then that will help too, because he definitely, and let me say this too, and it's not to go at previous callers, but Jay-Z was a pillar amongst other pillars. He was a giant amongst other giants in New York at that particular time. So whoever was great at that time, they were great. They had their shine. He was right there consistently amongst them. And what I could say about him is that he kind of checked all the boxes. Is he had the street joints, he had the joints for the ladies, he had the club joints, He had the unreleased mixtape joints too. So I got to give him respect, man. Like he definitely was well-rounded, and you know, whether he's a billionaire or not, I try to focus on how great he was or how good he was as an artist, and he definitely deserves to be, you know, in people's top 3, top 5. People could say he's the best because he deserves it, in my opinion.
I appreciate the call, man, and we will, excuse me, we will circle back at some point and talk about health is wealth and eating and all that sort of jazz. Because since
yes, sir, yes, sir. And real quick, yeah, I appreciate that because I definitely want to build on that. But I sent you a video that just came out earlier today. There was a amputee that caught a body with a gun.
I saw it, but now has he been convicted or just accused?
I just saw it. It was a rarity. I figured people would be enthralled by that.
I saw it. We may speak about it tomorrow, but to my knowledge, he has not been convicted, but he has been accused. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mugshot and all that, man. I saw I saw him firing the gun. I never saw nothing like that. So
he's white. He'll be all right. He's white. He'll be all right.
Oh God. Yo, Star, peace, man.
Salute. Peace. Yeah, it's not like it's a quadruple black amputee. You know? White people will get together as they do and create a GoFundMe so that his if he has a prison sentence will be, you know, accommodating. Guys, are we just about done, or can I take another break? We're after 4 hours here. Well, hang on a second. This person has been on hold for a while. I do want to take a break. If we're going to continue the show, if you're going to hit the like button, the Cash App, and all that sort of jazz, I'll do another 30 minutes. Kat, is that you late night tapping in? Kat.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Good to hear from you. What's cracking?
So I'm calling about the Jay-Z New York situation. It's like, for me, I feel...
Well, the interview. Kat, we're talking about the interview that was posted.
I know about the interview.
Did you see it? Did you see some of it?
I saw pretty much some of it. I saw some of it.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I want to focus on the interview. Go ahead.
But I want to interject with what the others were saying just before, like putting him up against DMX and all these different people. Okay. And DMX was a great artist. DMX was amazing, but DMX was a weak drug addict that unfortunately wasted his life and started, unfortunately, because I really love DMX, but he started, doing reckless things. Mm-hmm. So now they want to put you, if you're from New York, whatever New York says is what New York says. If we say we like you, then that's what the world says. I don't care. Like, you can't go against New York. So X was X, but X passed away. X is gone, unfortunately. But Jay-Z, he got a whole family. He's done the right thing going forward from being
I'm saying and he got the top R&B chick and still was cheating.
Yeah, he got the top bitch with the
and still cheating on the side and stayed married. How about that one? Yes, I cheated.
Stayed married.
Stayed married.
Has been a positive going forward, and people want to hate on him. Unfortunately, it's not. And I'm not no big Jay-Z fanatic, but you got to give it to who you got to give it to. He is who he says he is. He's Jigga, my nigga. Like, he's who he says he is.
Say it again, Kat, louder. Say it louder. Jigga, what?
He's Jigga, my nigga.
There you go. All right.
My nigga.
Hey.
Who you?
Hey, come on. You know the lyrics.
How the song go?
Come on.
I forget it. But I'm saying, like, come on, stop it. And, like, people from out of state want to always be like, oh, what happened? New York fell off. I'm sorry, my voice is cracking up. New York fell off, all of these different things. New York never falls off. New York is New York.
Talk to these niggas, Cat. Talk to these niggas. Talk to them.
Everything starts from New York. We are New York. There's nothing better than New York.
Right.
Nothing. Nowhere is better than New York. Even you trying to come back to New York.
Okay. I appreciate you.
So please, I don't want to hear all the bullcrap. And I'm not a Jay-Z fan like that. I'm just saying, but he did the right thing. He got married. He done sustained a relationship. He's trying to be a family man. He's doing what he's supposed to do. People trying to accuse him of raping people and all. Sorry, grape.
Right.
And all this stupid, like the Jewish guy. What's his name?
The Weinstein, something like that.
Right. Epstein files, all this stupid stuff.
Yeah, Epstein files.
It's like, yo, I'm sitting here minding my business.
Okay.
Everybody.
Kat, I hate to cut you short. I gotta take a break. I gotta grab something.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you did great. Thank you so much, Kat. Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Good night.